Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue à Filbert Fly. Ce soir on vole de Bristol à Toulouse dans le Airbus A320. And that's enough for the French, I think. I hope you enjoyed that typical French music to start us off. That's exactly the sort of thing they're listening to in Toulouse right now. You mark my words. Anyway, welcome to all of you. Linus, hello boss, treat we win. Steve, Alex, the monkey, he not fly with us tonight. Zitira, hello, have I seen the A380 showcase? I have. It's looking pretty pog, isn't it? Who else is here? Mark Burgess, hello, good evening, you wonderful person yourself. Gibi, I may have said you twice. Better to say people twice than not at all. Neil, Pete, Simon, Kai, Marker, Steve, other Steve, third Steve, Marcus as well. Welcome to all of you. We have some marvellous people flying along with us this evening. Quite a number of them as well. So we have let's see what we got. Let's start at the east side. We've got Moradin, Wojtek. We've got Marcus. We've got to my left Treed We Wen. And we've got Pete in his longitude again, and Simon in his FS Labs A320. And we got me, so that makes, as far as I can tell, 5 of us? Are there 6? I don't know. I didn't count. But anyway, the monkey's in Ben's cargo hold. Qu'est-ce que j'aime faire dans les vacances? Well, this is not appropriate for the channel, Alex. Put it that way. We have tower. Oh, fantastic! There was no one on a second ago. Good news. Anyway, so we're here at Pilot Plus's Bristol, and it's really nice. I got a lot of stick for not including it in my top 10, and the only reason it didn't make it into my top 10 was that there are just so many good sceneries out there. And it's subjective, but it is an absolutely fantastic add-on. Highly recommend it. I don't know who this is who's showing up as generic. It's nothing to do with us. You'll be pleased to hear. What was I going to say? Oh yes, so this is going to be our first look at JetStream Designs' new Toulouse scenery.
I'm back. No issues scenery. On the walk around.
I don't shush, I'm talking, please. I don't really understand why it's been released as a Flightbeam scenery. It's developed by JetStream Designs, same as Orly and Nantes and Milan Linate. But for some reason it's being released as a Flightbeam scenery, so that's a bit of a mystery to me. But anyway, it'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see what we think of it, and if it lives up to what we've come to expect from both scenery developers. Also this evening, we've got a special guest coming onto the stream. Johan, who used to be an intern at Airbus down in Toulouse, so he knows the airport very well. He now works in airline network planning as a consultant. So yeah, quite an interesting guy, and I haven't spoken to him, but he dropped me an email, and yeah, I've taken him up on his kind offer of coming and talking to us. We'll be speaking to him in the cruise, and then probably again after we land, when he can give us some local insight into the airport. So you can think of some questions for him if you'd like to about his life in aviation. Yeah, that'll be in about an hour's time, I guess, something like that. We'll give him a ring, see if he's about. You're the guest. Linus, you're welcome to be a guest on one of my streams, but you have to come up with something really interesting to talk about, like your dampers. Could well be. Oh, here he is. Johan, welcome. Maybe to sell more. It's possible, Steve. It's possible, but they both have good reputations, so I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Bit of a mystery to me. Some kind of business decision that the likes of you or I could probably never understand, I'm sure. Right, let's start getting things set up. First officer, as you heard, is going out for the walk around. I think that's what he said. I don't really listen to him. Crew supply on. Emergency exit lights armed. Seatbelts on. No smoking to auto. And he started up the APU a bit early, but never mind. We haven't even refueled, so we'll just get a bit of extra fuel on board. We'll talk about your dampers and Timbuktu. Nice. Yellow aircraft is virtual airline, so no model matching. Ah, right. Okay. Fair. I suppose people are allowed this sort of thing. What have I done and what haven't I done? I've imported the route because I suddenly had a mad panic based on what various people have been saying about updating the fly-by-wire, messing up your nav data. But it seems alright. Possibly because I just haven't updated it lately. I don't know. But anyway, the rest is still to come. So we're going to... I was going to set up our departure, but actually we've got Tower online. So instead, we had better contact him for clearance, I guess. On 133.85. And we'll have a quick look at the ATIS. So we have information Alpha. Runway in use is 09, transition level flight level 65, surface wind 060 at 14 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more. Overcast at 1,100 feet. Yeah, that's what the METAR said as well. Not what I'm seeing in the sim, but hey ho. MSFS, what can you do? QNH of 1038. And last time I looked, that was correct. Yes, that is correct. So it's got a little bit of the weather right. That's good. A32NX looks different from last time you saw it. In what way? How long have you been away from it, Linus? Hello,
Bristol
Smooth Flying.
Tower, good evening. It is the Cessna Citation Golf 104 Delta at the ramp spot 36. Type Citation Longitude C700, requesting our IFR clearance to Toulouse, please.
Golf 104 Delta Bristol Tower, hello, cleared Toulouse, Exmo 1 Zulu, departure score 4740.
Cleared to Toulouse via the Exmo 1 Zulu departure, squawking 4740, Citation Golf 104 Delta.
Golf 104 Delta, reback correct.
Bristol Tower, very good evening, Walker 1092.
Station calling, say call sign.
Walker 1092.
Walker 1092, Bristol Tower, hello, punch message.
Walker, eh? What version of that? It looks better, that's all you can say. It flies better as well, probably, if it's been that long.
Walker 1092, Roger, clear Brussels, wait on 10 departure.
Swedish 50-50, yeah, like this. Can you talk how you swam with wild turtles and found a praying mantis in the forest near the beach? What, in Toulouse? Yes.
Walker 190, correct.
Phil wouldn't have even started the stream yet. This is very true. This is very true. Right, let's get our clearance then. I think everyone else has finished talking. Bristol Tower, good evening. EZY6141 Romeo November, Type A320 at stand 2 with Alpha. Request clearance to Toulouse,
Hi,
please.
the security and safety checks were all done. Are you good to start boarding?
Hello, cleared to Toulouse, X41 Zulu, score 1433.
Cleared to Toulouse, even for the Exmo 1 Zulu, squawking 1433, EZ36 Romeo November, thank you.
EZ36 Romeo November, reback correct.
Squawking 1433.
Bristol Tower, very good evening. EZY86 Alpha Golf, type Alpha A320.
Very hard to say cleared to
information
Toulouse.
Alpha on board, requesting IFR clearance to Toulouse, please.
Walker Air Transport Via. Okay.
Golf, Bristol Tower,
Mark, good evening. Can you point out that Toulouse is LFBO, not LFBO, as shown in my overlay notes on YouTube? Yes, absolutely, Mark. It's much appreciated. What a noob. Hang on. Where do I say it in the YouTube? Oh, yes, LFBO. Honestly. Stand by.
Bristol Tower, hello, EZ34
Don't know how I did
November
that on the
Bravo
overlay as well.
Neo, stand 2-3, information offer, requesting IFR clearance to Toulouse.
EZ34 November Bravo, Bristol Tower, hello, clear to Toulouse, Exmo
Overlay.
departure, score 2736.
Yeah, I guess I'm just used to typing LFBO. I'm well aware that that isn't the, I see, okay, but anyway.
EZ34 November Bravo.
EZ34 November Bravo, reback.
Did the cabin crew wait for me to do clearance before asking to board? No, they did not. Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. But fortunately, she shut up just before.
Air France 171
just before
Bristol
he said
Tower,
anything
hello.
important.
You filed a flight plan from Liverpool, so if you refile it from Bristol, that'd be great.
Here we go. It's all done. Delete the discontinuity, and we'll sort out our fuel, which I have not yet done. How much do we want? 6956 kilograms.
Okay, 1792, requesting push and start.
Walker 1092, stand 3, push and start through runway 09.
It's not picking up my flight plan. That's annoying. Should be. It's got my pilot ID in there. Oh well, I don't need it. Oh, there it is. It's just done it. Just as I clicked away. Right, fuel. Fuel. 6956. Oh no, I don't want to bring the truck. I want to add the fuel. How do I do that? Here. Honestly, I've been flying P3D today, and it's like I've forgotten how to do everything in this sim. So it could be an interesting flight. 6956. Refueling completed. Awesome. Okay, so now that's done and the boarding's done, we can do our init B page. 0 fuel weight, centre of gravity will import sim. Block fuel, we will bung in from there, 6.9 tons.
Air France 1712, we refouled flight plan.
And we're going to be doing a flex temperature of 50, flaps 1.
Air France 1712, thanks, cleared to Toulouse, wait on
transition altitude here, I'm not sure. Where's my charts? Hold on. I haven't even opened Navigraph. So about an hour before starting this stream, I did my first Boeing 737 landing in about 2 years into Oslo. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice.
Squawk 4624.
But doesn't mean I was a little bit rushed to get ready for the stream.
Via
Gave up on having any dinner for you, so yeah, done my best here. Might go off and have a
Air France 1712, just confirmed departure at Wotan 1 Zulu.
Right, transition altitude 6,000 feet. That's correct. And we'll let the plane calculate its own speeds. Oh, in Turkey, wasn't it? Nah, well, maybe if we fly to Turkey, Kai, maybe. Yes, Kai. Oh, Philbert, what about my codes? Yeah, fair enough. Good evening, Tilius, welcome. You say want to do this flight, but hard at flight level 350 over India. Yes, that does make things tricky. It's true. Well, you can do that and watch this. It'll be like doing it. Flying Stock, good evening. Welcome. How are you? Is that everything? I think that might be everything. How are we doing with the pre-flight events? 15 minutes to go.
Stand 3-4, request push and stop.
EZY6141 Alpha Golf, stand 3-4, push and start through.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our flight today. As you locate your assigned seats, please place your smaller items under the seat in front of you to provide more room for larger items in our overhead
Before start checklist.
If you need assistance, contact the flight attendant. If you are unable to accommodate any item in the cabin, please bring it to the boarding door and we will check it for you. Also review the safety instruction in your seat pocket.
Zero triple eight.
If you're seated at the exit
are you able to straight
also
back?
review the exit seating criteria.
6940 kilograms.
Zero triple eight, Roger.
Take off data.
5 straight
Set.
push approved.
Barrow ref.
1038 set.
1038 set. Down to the line.
Alright, let's get ourselves ready for the pushback by connecting the tug.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
We want that. I've been to Dalaman, boss. I can't go there as often as you can. Oh, sorry, Mark, I missed that. You can't import your flight plan into the flight plan. You've tried both your ID number and your pilot name. You do have a Navigraph sub. The only thing different is you're using the stable version.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Are you sure it's not supposed to work on the stable version? I think it should. I don't think that's the issue, but I'm not 100%
Standing
sure.
by for pushback.
Yeah, I don't know why that would be, I'm afraid. No idea. No idea at all. But yeah, try the dev. The dev is by far the better of the two. It's not buggy, it's, you know, it's absolutely fine. Right, let's turn our beacon on. Make sure our thrust levers are idle, which they are. SID's looking decidedly wrong, but never mind, we'll deal with that in the air. We need to be above 3,000 feet before making the turn. So what we're going to do is set runway heading, and we'll fly that, and then fly it manually, I guess. 087. And we'll finish the
Bristol Tower,
checklist.
citation Golf 104 Delta, ramp 36, request push start.
Below the line.
Golf 104
Windows
Delta,
and
36,
doors.
push
Closed.
start approved.
Closed.
Push start
Beacon.
approved, Golf 104 Delta.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
Set.
Before start checklist complete.
Else, if so, that the awesome bug go off live weather. What do you mean, Hayden? Well, you haven't flown to Dallas many times, only 87 plus and another 20 flights in real life. My God. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Right, I guess we'll have to wait for this VA guy to pass us before we push. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're a noob. The dev version's no harder to fly. It just works better, basically. So who's pushed back? I heard Simon and I heard...
requesting taxi.
Walker 19, correction 1092, taxi, Golf X-ray, runway 09.
Golf X-ray,
Pete as well.
09, Walker 19.
EZY6141,
When the bug's still here, you
ready
just got
to
killed
taxi
by it.
sequence.
Oh no. Is it still above flight level 240?
EZY4161, traffic is a Bristol East A320. You can follow him once you request taxi shortly.
Wilco will follow A320 traffic in front of us, EZY4161.
Bristol Tower, easy 36 Romeo November, stand to ready for push and start when this traffic's passed.
Yep, no problem, stand by.
EZY86 Alpha Golf, ready to taxi.
EZY86 Alpha Golf, if you can now, straight away, taxi Golf X-ray,
Jeff Boss! Welcome, how are you?
Taxi straight away, Golf X-ray 09, EZY86 Alpha Golf.
And Walker 10902, give way to Easyjet A320 emerging from Whiskey.
Okay, we'll give what we do to check this one.
You had to redo weather at flight level 110. Okay, thanks for the heads up. I will prepare to do the same. My sound effects make you think that your flaps are extending at flight level 320. Sorry, boss. Yeah, I think it is fairly random. I had a flight...
Easy for November, Bravo, request push and start.
Easy 34 November Bravo, are you able to taxi onto the correction, push onto the cul-de-sac behind you?
Say again, so Easy 34 November Bravo.
Easy 34 November Bravo, there's 2 lines behind you. Are you able to push onto the one straight behind you, or do you need to one furthest away?
You're lucky, Satira.
We can push on nearest line. Easy 34 November Bravo.
Easy 34 November Bravo, thanks. You can push that approved onto that first line.
Roger, push and start approved. Easy 34 November Bravo.
I'll try it in the air, because I haven't had any... Oh, go past... Oh, right, go past transition altitude.
We are ready for taxi, speed not too late.
Super 888, thanks. Taxi Golf X-ray, runway 09.
Golf X-ray 09, speed not too late.
EZ86 Alpha Golf runway 09, clear to take off those wind 06 degrees 12 knots.
Right 09, clear to take off EZY86 Alpha Golf.
EZ4161 follows the British Airways A320 to Golf X-ray runway 09.
I'll follow British Airways A320, EZ4161.
Mr. Dadavi too. Yeah. What's this, Abu Daddy? What's this? Sorry? Mr. Babu. What is going on here? You lot are developing your own language. What is good, Captain Philly? Hello, Prince. When am I flying to Philly? That's a very good question. As soon as there's some scenery released, boss. Bristol's easily your favourite airport to fly from. Hardly ever busy. You did get soaked on your flight to West Ventura in October, though. No cover while on the steps. Oh, right. Yeah, this is probably as busy as Bristol Airport has ever been, I think. I I'm just stuck here. You take it we're all in agreement that Marcus can fly a speedbird anywhere with zero immersion concern. He can fly it from a British airport to any other airport. It's very different. It's a very different thing. I'm not saying that everyone has to do real-world flights all the time. I'm just saying I don't want to see a Southwest at Bristol.
Citation
I don't want to see an
Golf 104
Easy
Delta is ready to taxi.
Well, anywhere outside.
Golf 104 Delta, taxi straight
Secret Jeff language for how was the cake.
Taxi forward and hold short of Zulu, 104 Delta.
Now, do we think this controller's remembered me or not? I am slightly wondering if he even knows who I am.
Bristol Air France 1712, ready to push and start.
Starlight break EZY6141 Romeo November, stand to push start approved, runway 09.
Push start approved, runway 09, EZY6141 Romeo November, thank you.
Air France 1712, stand
right,
9,
let's go!
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set. Okay, cleared for push start.
EZY86 Alpha Golf, Apple has 2000 grounded. EZY86 Alpha Golf, thanks. Nothing further remarks, Unicom 122 decimal.
Commencing pushback. You can
1
start
decimal,
the engine.
EZY86 Alpha Golf, thanks for your help.
It will start in the sequence.
No problem.
Starting engine 2.
Check.
Golf 104 Delta after the jet to span from left to right, follow him to Golf X-ray runway 09.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board
Following
today.
the EasyJet 2 runway 09.
There is actually a new version of FS2 called Pushback Express out, which I must have a go at.
There is an
Apparently they've
instruction card
sorted
in your
out
seat pocket that
pushing back
illustrates
without
the
actually
safety
having to steer the
equipment on
tug
board
yourself
this
with some
aircraft.
kind of distance measuring thing.
Regulations require
And I
compliance
just didn't
with
quite
this
have time to get it
information
ready
as
for
well
today,
as
but I
all
will show you
further
that.
instructions, delighted information signs and posted placard. Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling on the belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide. Locate the nearest
I did. Great minds think alike. I just remembered that as well.
May be behind
I do, Mark, I do.
In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open an oxygen
I've never
mask.
once had anyone storm the cockpit. I'm a very trusting person.
And pull a mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Place the elastic band around your head and tighten by pulling on the end.
There goes the
Secure your
VA
own
guy.
mask before assisting others. Your life jacket is located under your seat. Tighten the straps and once outside the aircraft, pull on the tabs to inflate your jacket. If the jacket fails to inflate, use the tube placed nearest the neck. Your jacket is equipped with a light
I'm so
that will
looking forward to this new year,
automatically
Carl.
illuminate the water.
It's going to be brutal.
This
It's
is a
going to be
non-smoking
brutal.
flight.
Sorry, cleanse. It sounds nicer if I say cleanse.
In the cabin
Starting
or
engine
in the
1.
lavatory.
Check.
Cabin lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located over your head. Thank you very much for your attention.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
I don't even know. Oh, there we are. You have to scroll over it, dear. There you are, Alex. There's your damned immersion. Yeah, have you tried it? Is it good? Does it do everything it says on the tin, Satira? We're going to have a New Year cleanse, Hayden. We're going to have a few, like a bit of a banning party. Everyone who has disrespected me or got on my nerves in any way is going to be removed from future streams. And the Discord. Not really. It's not really going to happen. Dear, oh dear. Oh, while we're here waiting for this engine to start, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's great here, you'll love it, and you probably won't be cold.
Line up behind departing British Airways, behind EZY4161.
That is 2 good engine starts, so engine mode selector back to normal. Turn off the APU bleed, turn off the APU, and we'll turn on the taxi light. Oh, has he done it already? No. It looks different in the FS labs. After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Ooh, we probably should have a bit of anti-ice thinking about it. Probably should. The outside air temperature. Plus, yeah, we should definitely have engine anti-ice. Because although there isn't much cloud here, there is in reality, so we'll stick it on. For immersion's sake. Off. Set and checked.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
So we're going to have 25%. 25% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder. Rudder.
Full left. Full right.
Wait, nothing further.
Neutral.
It's true. It's true, Landon. Oh, Simon, it's just it's exclamation mark Club Filbert here. It's the original hub there. Yeah, we'll talk more about Club Filbert in the air. See if we can't get our special guest to sign up as well. Be a good example for everyone. Not really. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Bristol Tower, EZY6141 Romeo November, ready to taxi.
EZY4161 runway 09, clear takeoff, sir, wind 06 degrees 12 knots.
Clear for takeoff, EZY4161.
EZY36 Romeo November, taxi Golf X-ray, runway 09.
Taxi Golf X-ray, runway 09, EZY36 Romeo November.
And Air France 1712, taxi Golf Golf X-ray, runway 09.
Right, let's go.
Air France 1712, taxi Golf Golf X-ray, runway 09. Golf 104 Delta, fly Golf X-ray, line up 09.
Line up 09 from Golf X-ray.
So you need to download the manager from the website. Ah, okay, thank you for the tip. I shall do that. I've lost track of who's who, but I think, this is one of us taking off there. Lovely site, rubbish performance, don't know what's going on. My performance, but anyway. Yeah, this overcast has really moved in ahead of us, but it's still not an overcast and it's too low. Petition against Kai getting banned. Yeah. I haven't mentioned any names, Kai. Is that a guilty conscience, I sense?
EZ4161, nothing further, Martinicom 122.8, goodbye.
122.8, thank you very much for the ATC, goodbye, EZ4161.
No problem, sir.
Is it just me, or does everything look kind of a little bit blurry, like the trees, those stairs? It's like looking through a camera lens. Maybe it's this fog. No, it's a little bit odd.
Golf 104 Delta, runway 09, clear takeoff, sir, wind 060 degrees 12 knots.
Clear for takeoff, Golf 104 Delta.
Z34 November, Rider 5, Golf X-ray, down up 09 behind departing Cessna citation.
Before takeoff checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked. Line up and wait, runway 09, taking off.
Checked.
Z34 November, Bravo.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Checked. Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
And all stations,
confirmed.
Bristol Towers now closing.
Flat setting.
Config 1 plus F set.
Config 1 plus F.
Thanks for the ATC.
V1, VR, V2, flex temp.
121, 122, 126,
Thank
flexing,
you that you was online for us.
V1, 1, 2, 1, VR, 1, 2, 2, V2, 1, 2, 6, flex temp, 5, 5 degrees, ATC.
Oh, sorry, I missed your message, Bus Puppy. Thank you for your content. I've really enjoyed it. I haven't flown in a couple of decades, but you finally ordered a PC that should be here today. Excited to finally be able to play this. Oh, I'm really pleased you've enjoyed the content. And, yeah, good. Good luck with your new PC. It's very exciting. I think Nightbot's taking the evening off. Yeah, I think so. You have some trouble where your ground crew won't show up. Did that happen to me at some? Some airports don't have it, but otherwise, no. Generally, they're there. Set. As long as you start in one of the official parking positions, anyway. Set.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue. The stream overlay is called Bene overlay. It's linked to in the video description. Does look a bit odd, doesn't it? More beer? I haven't finished my first one yet. It's very strange in some way. Weather looks strange. Yeah, it does. It does. It's odd. Takeoff no blue.
Down to the line.
I do remember you rocking Alpaca. Yes, of course I do. Nice to see you back.
TC34 November Bravo, taking off runway 09er.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Approach path, clear of traffic.
I didn't say not you, Kai. I'm just not naming anyone. I just want people to be on their best behaviour between now and the new year. So we'll see, won't we? We'll see how that goes. Bristol traffic, EZY6141 Romeo November, lining up runway 09 behind departing Easyjet. Your grandfather brought down 3 ME-109s, 5 Heinkel 111 bombers, and a UK-88 night fighter. Nice, very nice. I know it have been there, but I think it's some mod blocking it. Oh, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. As I say, I've not experienced that myself. Look at my graphics settings movement, but I haven't touched my graphics settings though. But yeah, maybe I will have a look once we're in the air. It's a terrible mechanic. Very good. For some reason, when you said brought down, I thought you meant he was bringing you models of these planes. Don't know why. I did. Oh dear. Right. Right, we'll give Treatween a little bit of time to get away from us. And we'll go. Below the line.
Takeoff runway.
09 confirmed.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
TCAS.
TARA.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
PAX.
On.
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Thank you, Rocky Alpaca. Appreciate it. Motion blur it is. Is it better now with station? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'll check for that. Right, boss, very good timing. Very good timing. Yeah, join me in a beer, Tristan. Why not? Why not? It's the worst thing done. Right, let's do it. Bristol traffic, EZY6141 Romeo November, taking off runway 09, departing via the X-1 Zulu. Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Check.
Engine stable.
Thrust set.
Man flex, SRS runway, auto thrust blue.
Checked. 100 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate.
Christ, why are our V speeds so low? Really noticed that when I was putting them in. Seem accurate though.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
And our flat retraction speed's really low as well. Maybe it's the pressure. Maybe it's such high pressure. Don't know. Don't really know about pressure. Okay, once we're above 3,000 feet, we can make a turn round to the right to intercept that downwind leg type thing. By heading 267. Because maths. Here we go, that's about right, isn't it? It's 268, it's not about right. And I want managed speed, thank you. Right, let's have a little look outside and see the glorious countryside around Bristol.
1,000 to go.
Flying around here. Checked. Flap 0.
Speed checked.
Did you, Mark? Do we think it's accurate? That wasn't an Indian accent.
Flaps 0.
Certainly wasn't supposed to be. Did I remember to load the passengers cargo? Yeah, I did. I'm sure I did. I specifically remember doing it before I started the stream because I wanted to make sure that everything was working. After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is go direct to our next waypoint.
712,
which is Somot. Yes, it is Somot. Something very weird's happening here, though, isn't it? This line here. We'll see what it does. Hopefully it'll just fly to Somot and all will be well. And we can climb up to our cruising altitude, seeing as there's no ATC on. Which is going to be Flight Level 350. Marvellous. Set standard. Is it going to climb? Yes, it is. I said set standard. Set standard.
Standard. Cross-checked.
Thank you.
Passing flight level 062.
Down in the 120s. Yeah, I guess it's a relatively short runway, but and we did fly at VR exactly as we should have done. So yeah, I don't know. Checked. Below the line.
Barrow ref.
Standard set.
Standard set. After takeoff, climb checklist complete.
Hello, DC Colby Reaction. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, that's what my basic physics says as well, Mark. Yeah, it's been high all day everywhere around the UK, I think. That line occurs occasionally, usually corrects itself. Oh, good, that's reassuring. It was on standard, but only because I pressed standard ages ago and then cross-checked it. Boss, you are flying KQA from Heathrow to... Is that Nairobi? No, maybe? No, got a bit of a story to tell. Go on. Departed all fine, contacted London Control, then checked in as Kenya 101. London called Kuwaiti 101, then raged at people for not replying on radio. Brilliant. I love a bit of London Control rage. Am I a real pilot? No, I'm not. Not yet, anyway. Learning to be a real pilot. Your sim crash, but you're back in it now. We'll probably now slow down a lot and we'll find your way somewhere into the queue before you connect to VATSIM. Oh, okay, boss. Glad you came back. Sorry to hear about the crash. Yeah, Nairobi. Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. Even before you said Kenya Airways. I'm afraid to say Mildred has done a wee on the sofa because she's was too relaxed and sleepy. I'm just going to go and stick the sofa cover in the washing machine before it stains. I'll be back in 2 to 3 minutes. See you in a moment. Right, sorry about that. What have I missed? Good job he's not a real control, yes. Love FSU IPC autosave, gets you back to your flight without everything still loaded, with everything still loaded as it was. Yeah. Does it do a better job than Volanta autosave? I've never had the full FSU IPC. Naughty Milk. She's not naughty. She's just... Yeah, she can't help it. When she goes to sleep and she relaxes and she's in a deep sleep, this is a fairly recent thing, she just wets herself. And it's disgusting. And I spend my life washing sofas and cleaning carpets and that sort of thing. I mean, it sort of comes in phases, so hopefully... I'm just coming to the end of this one. That old chestnut, blame the cow when you make a mistake. If we had a webcam, you could have witnessed this and warned me. It's true. It's true, you could have done. You actually, yeah, it would have been in view as well. Yeah, she has got a urinary issue. And there's nothing they can do about it, unfortunately. Your game's crashed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Gives you a bigger gap ahead of Tweedway and going to speed up to get yourself in the middle. Spacing should be good, or at least better. Oh, good. Into a tank box, Chuaka. Do I have Toulouse Airport? Yes. Sorry, past 2 minutes. Yeah. Ah, right. Okay. Past 2 days have been busy. Your writing is not the best. Don't worry. Don't worry. How are we doing anyway? Is everything? Yeah, everything's
1,000 to go.
Really need to be here, do I? Airbus. Right. So let's have a little look at our route. That's what I was going to do before crisis hit. Unfortunately, we seem to be basically going through the only part of Europe which has no ATC online, which is a shame. But anyway, let me bring up the lantern and show you where we're going. Here we are. So, this is Bristol, over here, where we departed from. This was our departure, which was fine. And yeah, we've flown all the way over Devon, I'm going to say, sort of Devon-Cornwall border. I'm never sure exactly where the border is. And we're just going out over the English Channel. We should see Guernsey as we pass it, and Jersey possibly. And we are going to fly... No, it's frozen. I wish they'd sort this out. I really do. Martin Music, welcome back. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? I think FSU IPC is worth the money. You've assigned a toga button onto the Bravo and so on. Ooh, right, yeah. I've never understood why I can't do that. But if FSU IPC is the answer, I might look at that. So we're going to be flying basically down the western coast of France, overhead Rennes and Nantes and La Roche-sur-Yon and La Rochelle, and then making a turn to the left to head southeast into Toulouse. That is the plan, anyway. I think we're packed like pickles in a jar. Yes, it does seem that we don't have a huge amount of spacing. But I'm in the... well, actually, I'm alright, I think. But yeah, 1, 2, 3... the 5 ahead of me, not so great in terms of spacing. Wojtek, if you speed up and Pete... yeah, if you speed up, not Pete. Wojtek, speed up, Pete, slow down a little bit, I think. Marcus should be alright. Simon should be alright. Treeviewen should be alright, I think. Yeah. It's going to be fine. Simon could be awake for 1 week straight and could still speak better English than you, never mind German. Could I go into detail about how to program a transition and an approach? This won't have any transitions, this approach. But yeah, we can have a little look at that. I have done a video specifically on what the approaches and transitions look like, but not specifically on how to program. So what we're going to do is we'll set up for our arrival now. Of course, generally you'd leave this till a bit later in the flight. But yes, so we're going to our flight plan page. I'll slow down a little bit. Click on the destination airport, go to arrival, and then according to my flight plan, we're looking to arrive onto runway 14 right. So I tend to choose the runway first, so we're going to do an ILS 14 right, and we're going to be doing the AGN 6 Sierra star, so we'll go for that. And then in terms of approach vias, this is something that it pays to look at Navigraph charts for, which I'll do now. I may as well show you actually what I'm doing there as well. So here's our Navigraph window. And yeah, so I've already got our star in here, but we just have runway 14 right. We haven't set up for an approach. So if we go down to Toulouse on the map, there are two ways of doing this really. We can see all of the different approaches by clicking this button here, which is a bit of a mess. Or if we click on the approaches button itself, then it will give you a list of all of the via points that lead you to the approach. So, ILS runway 14 right, the only option we've got is via Suras. So if we click that, you can see that we're going to have a really nasty little kink in our flight plan. So what I would probably do is not actually fly that, because in real life you'd probably get vectored, perhaps from this waypoint here to this waypoint here on the arrival. Yeah, so in fact I don't think we'd probably even need the AGN 6 Sierra. That's what's been planned, but I don't think we'd even necessarily need it. Anyway, we'll leave it in for now, and we will choose that arrival, that via point on here. So, Suras, we've got two options. That is a bug in the A32NX. Click insert, and that's your approach setup. And if we click through, then we'll see all of the waypoints that we would expect to see. But as I said earlier, once we get closer, I'm probably going to delete one or two of those and go direct. So yeah, that's how you program an approach and an arrival. Transition-wise, in the US, they're a lot more common than here. You have different transitions taking you from the en route segment into the star. But yeah, in Europe, it's pretty rare to have that. I'm not sure I've ever seen it actually. I don't know if anyone else has. My pleasure. No worries. I hope that was helpful. And yes, you should, if you would like a bit more detail on what they all mean and how to read the charts, then I can recommend you a video, which I'll just find a link to now. Give it a... Here you go. Perhaps, Spad, you think you're going to get that when you're allowed the Bravo, Jenny's recommendation? Yeah, Jenny's the expert on... I mean, she's got so many different peripherals and things connected. I don't know what the difference really is between what SPAD can do in terms of control assignments and what FSU IPC, the full version, can do. I don't know. But yeah, she would probably. Should fly flight 22222 to Toulouse. I should. What's this? Saltash, not Falmouth? What's this? Sorry, this is probably related to something you said earlier that I missed. Oh, I have missed a fair bit. Find it to be more reliable than the Volanta always autosave, and it always overwrites the old one so you don't have to delete it all the time. Okay. What should you not have commented on? Oh no, don't worry, Mildred, don't worry about her. She's, you know, she's a happy cat. She's had it worse than this, she's fine. It's me really you should feel sorry for having to do the law. I have a feeling the Queen is on Filbert's jet. Wonder how much he gets paid to fly. Why do you think the Queen's on board? Various actions. I'm on the dev build, Martin. I would recommend the dev build. Hello, Oliver. How are you? Sorry, boss. Sorry. You watched my whole CJ4 video, which was insanely helpful. I'm pleased. I'm pleased it was good. So it says in-op under the terrain button. Yes, so the dev build does not have a working terrain radar, nor does it have working TCAS. But what you get instead of that, and also the reason why those aren't working, is you get a custom flight plan manager, so that you can actually fly your flight plan without it doing weird things like the stable build does, i.e. skipping out half of your arrival and just flying you direct to the airport, that sort of thing. Going to lurk for a bit. Got Twitch Cat Roast to attend at the same time. What on earth is Twitch Cat Roast? Spad won't help me with the NGXU. Oh, right, okay. Whereas the FSU IPC will, right? Very well said, Bok. Very well said. Should we have some tunes? Anyone got any requests for a genre or an era? If not, I'll have to pick, and you know how that ends. Am I planning to do a review of Toulouse? Probably not. No. I mean, other than what we do today. So I play music off Epidemic Sounds, not as Ben says Spotify, because otherwise YouTube steal all my money and give it to the copyright holder. But we had 80s from Hayden. Yeah, let's have some 80s. I can go for some 80s tunes. So yeah, we'll have a few tunes, and then I think we'll give Johan a bell. Boss, yes, what boss? You've been wondering why you were thrown direct and skipped your arrival, but now you know it's not just me. No, it's a bug in the default sim flight plan thing, unfortunately. But the dev build fixes it, so I'd highly recommend. Flight's about an hour and a half. Will I be buying X-Plane 12 when it comes out? I don't know. Not immediately. But if it looks amazing, then maybe. Boss, the boss has worried me. What have I done or not done? What's happened? There's a bit of France down there. You will take real music and remix it slightly, claim it as your own. I play on stream, all money goes to me. I'll send it to you. That's worth the go. That's worth the go, boss. Why are you overtaking? Simon Treat we went. The man's been through enough. Thank you very much indeed. €149 through the super chat. It's very kind. Thank you. And one day you'll get a notification as well. There it is. Completely legal. Yes, I'm sure. But your standards of completely legal are not necessarily quite the same as those of the courts. And that's what worries me, boss. But I'm just trying to work out whether the liability would be yours or mine. I'd guess it would be yours, so I'm fine with it. Right, now we're in the air, and before we talk to Johan, I must tell you a little bit about how you can support the channel if you'd like to. So there are lots of ways really. For free, you can like the video, that's always appreciated. You can subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.com/filbertflies. Yeah, Nightbot really is. Oh no, he's there. He's woken up. And also, if you'd like to spend a little bit of money in support of the channel, then there's lots of ways to do that as well. You can make a one-off donation via streamlabs.com/filberflies, or you can join Club Filbert, which is my YouTube membership program. And there are 3 tiers, all an absolute bargain. Club Filbert Bronze is the lowest tier, that's only £1.99 a month. That gives you custom members badges, it gives you custom emojis, it gives you access to exclusive Club Filbert channels on my Discord server. And also I do occasional spontaneous streams in the Club Filbert voice channels on there as well, so we can chat and fly and that sort of thing, which is always nice. Club Filbert Silver's the next tier up, and that gives you, as well as all of the above, a monthly members-only live stream / group flight. We all get together, we fly somewhere. Next one is happening this Sunday. It's going to be very, very poggers. We are flying across New Zealand's South Island from Oamaru to Queenstown via some beautiful, beautiful freeware airports and some stunning scenery, so that'll be good. Very good time to join Club Filbert Silver now. And then Club Filbert Gold, which is still a bargain, it's only £8.99 a month, gives you all of that, and also you get to talk to me after every stream, almost every stream, in the exclusive VIP Club Filbert Gold lounge on Discord. And you also, more importantly, get to vote on where I'm going to fly the following week. So all of the streams I do are voted on by Club Filbert Gold members. That is all. Click the join button down below if you'd like to know more. Jonathan, hello, you're new here. Cool A320neo in MSFS. It is cool. It is, and welcome. You've already overtaken Moradin. Got a confirmed sidewinder shot at him during the overtake. Did you type that just as I started banging on about it? How far in the sky do you need to be before laws no longer apply? Isn't the ocean like that? You could only govern the ocean so far offshore. Yes, so if you're away from a state's land and territorial waters, then yeah, it's much like being at sea. You have gold from where? Now doing back decimal 67. What's the command? It's Club Filbert. It worked, didn't it? Oh no, it didn't work. I thought it was exclamation mark Club Filbert. Hold on, I'll find out for next time. I'm sure it's exclamation mark Club Filbert. I think Nightbot's messing around. But he's doing all of his timers. Wait, which one's my YouTube channel and which one's my Twitch channel? I don't even know. Or maybe it's the Streamlabs Cloudbot thing that does that one. So we're flying from Oamaru to, I may be mispronouncing that, if I am, I'm sorry, to Lake Tekapo, to a little bush strip in the New Zealand Alps. Then we're flying on from there to, what's that beautiful bay called? Hang on, I can get up the flight plan, I can tell you. I said both right, did I? You need to talk to me after this. Do come in the Discord. Tell me everything. Yes, so Oamaru to Lake Tekapo to Makarora to Queenstown to Milford Sound. That's what we're doing. I got the order wrong. I've got the audio wrong in the video description as well. Never mind. Yeah, Milford Sound's where we're ending up. Because China has bought a lot of lobsters from Australia and lots of our lobsters come from Tasmania, Cathay Pacific start flying their A350-900s to Hobart.
Really? 100.
Interesting.
Apparently your Twitch bots are better than YouTube. Kappa Club Filbert is my YouTube membership program. It allows you to support my channel with a monthly donation and get some perks in return. There are 3 tiers, bronze, silver and gold, with more perks the higher you...
Oh, it cut it off! It cut it off. Anyway, boss, thank you very much for the 100 bits, and I'm glad at least some of my bots are working. Ever flown from Stansted in real life or in the sim? Yes, both, several times. It's my local airport. Datiro, welcome, how are you? Got it, that's how pilots get away with drinking and not getting a DUI. I must say, although I do have a drink on the occasional evening stream, I would highly, highly discourage any of you who are flying in the real world from doing the same thing. Must be. Yeah, I'm sort of halfway there logging into Streamlabs to see if that's what's playing up. I tell you what, streaming on 2 platforms it's not for the faint-hearted, boss. It's a minefield. Oh, it's your local airport too. Nice. It's a horrible airport, but it's close at least. Yeah, it's a CloudBot. It's a CloudBot command. So I'm going to try it again. So it should work on both. I'm very confused. Right, let me have a look in YouTube Studio and make sure that Streamlabs CloudBot is a mod. Should be. Yeah, it is. I don't understand why that's not working. This is classic 80s tune, this one. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, just click join down below. Everyone join Club Filbert, then we don't have to go through this rigmarole. So that's on Sunday, but it's for Club Filbert Silver members only, Hayden. So it's one of the perks of being a Club Filbert Silver member, or on Twitch a Club Filbert Sapphire member, tier 2 subscriber in others. It's lovely, isn't it, LT? It's lovely. The joke is, I've got a separate Club Filbert command on Twitch, CF Twitch. Because that YouTube one isn't relevant anymore. Or gold, indeed. Gold or silver. Were you not aware of this? I've been banging on about it. Are you in gold? Hey, I lose track. Which is bad, really, if I'm honest. Simon! Thank you, boss, for the gifted sub to Alpha 1 over on Twitch. You are? Yeah. Good. Then so it's if you go to the Club Filbert Silverstream planning channel, all of the details, including scenery and everything like that, is in there. And it's 1300 Zulu. Banging on about what? Good, Jonathan. I'm glad you enjoyed the music. I like a bit of 80s myself. I'm going to have to add you to my list because your name isn't Hayden on Discord, is it? Are you Infectusa? Is that you? Who are you on Discord, please, Hayden? Teach you how to say my country's funky names. Awesome, I look forward to it. okay. You can always leave when you don't like it, but you won't as you will like it. It's true. It's true, Simon. No one has ever left Club. That's not strictly true. Almost no one has ever left Club Filbert once they've joined, and that's not because they can't. It is possible. You just won't want to. Anyway, enough Club Filbert chat. Enough Club Filbert chat. I think it's time to speak to Johan. Johan, are you still here? Are you ready for a call? Yes, Jake, I am on Volanta, yeah. Can we still watch the member stream? Club Filbert Silver and Gold members can indeed watch the member stream. Trying to find a new stream to watch. You found it, Laser Shark Gaming. Welcome. Let's send him a message. Ah, yeah, here, good, right. Let me give you a call. I'll turn the music down for now. We'll have a bit more music later on. He says being totally unable to find the window. There it is. Where are you? You are here. We haven't tested the audio or anything, so it might be a complete disaster initially, but we'll see.
Hello, this is Johan.
Johan, hello, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good, pleasure. I'll put us back inside the plane so it's a bit less background noise. Well, thank you for volunteering to come on.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me. It's great to be on.
Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, tell us a bit about yourself, because you've done quite a few things in aviation, from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I set out in Toulouse in France with my young aviation career, and I was basically with Airbus Group, working in Toulouse in the strategy department, and I had a beautiful view of the runway, of the airport. So yeah, that hopefully helps us then for the little airport review that we're doing later on.
Yes.
And yeah, that was basically dealing with urban air mobility. So that's everything that's eVTOLs, so all the air taxis, that kind of topic. So we were developing mostly that. Okay. And yeah, now I'm with Lufthansa Consulting in Frankfurt, where we're doing mostly network planning, fleet planning, anything that helps airlines keep flying profitably.
Okay, very interesting. So did you study aeronautical engineering? Is that how you ended up at Airbus with your internship?
I actually did not. I studied political economy, but I always had a thing for aviation. Basically, I grew up close to Frankfurt Airport, so going there on a frequent basis in the weekends and so on for plane spotting and well, the kind of things you do when you have a lot of free time and you're close to a big airport.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it was just always a passion for aviation. So going to Toulouse as like the European mecca of aviation was kind of the thing to do.
Yeah, I bet it was. Sounds amazing. So what was your role with these eVTOLs and all these other urban air mobility things? Were you designing them? Were you looking at the finances of them? Or?
No, we were actually looking at how to bring them to the market, because basically the problem that you have with urban air mobility at the moment is that it's a very unregulated space, right? So we don't really know whether we're allowed to fly over cities, for example. Are you allowed to fly over populated areas? And basically that then ties into the question of where you're going to fly, you know? So there's this use case where you could fly from the airport to the city center, for example. But then if you can't really touch down somewhere in downtown Paris, for example, that puts you in a pretty difficult position to sell your product afterwards. So we were looking at those challenges, basically the regulation, ATC, how are you organizing airspace? Because right now, actually, if you fly over London and you have like more than 5 helicopters in the airspace at one time, it's considered crowded. And how is that going to happen? You know, like how's that going to go down when you have eVTOLs flying there, potentially autonomously without a pilot, and there are hundreds of them? That's a big question.
Yeah. Is there an answer to it yet?
Not yet. No, it's it's a very difficult and very long process because there's so many stakeholders, right? So you have the airports that are trying to organize their airspace around their airfield, and of course they are not very keen on having little autonomous drones essentially buzzing around the airspace. Yeah, so that's a big danger also to commercial aviation, of course. So that's one problem. Then you have the city councils that don't want to have things flying overhead, posing a nuisance to people. You have the regulators, EASA and so on, that are also they're very keen on regulating the whole space. But yeah, basically it's going to take quite a bit of time. But there are many people working on it, and the guys at Airbus are doing a very great job at getting that on the road.
Right. It is really hard actually when you think about it to envisage how this will ever work. I mean, I'm sure it will. I'm sure this is the future. But if you've got uncontrolled airspace with people flying visually just buzzing around, and you've got controlled airspace, and neither of those airspaces really have the ability to sort of incorporate these eVTOLs, do they?
Indeed, yeah, that's the thing, because basically right now, I mean, the planes, they do talk to each other, right? I mean, you have things like ACARs and your TARA systems and so on. There is some communication going on between the airplanes already, which is great. But there's still a pilot there that can react, right? And the eVTOLs, basically, it would be just computers buzzing around, and they would be talking to each other, which is great. But they speak a different language than the plane behind, essentially, right? So, or than the planes around. So basically, trying to have everyone speak the same language and not make the air traffic controller want to kill himself. That's basically what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
and then there's also the integration to the product, right? I mean, it's also the airline, for example. How beautiful would it be if you're sitting in your aircraft and you have the in-flight entertainment in front of you, you can click there, book your flight wherever you want to go, and then you get picked up at the aircraft, for example, or you have some sort of fast lane at the airport that takes you to the eVTOL, to the vertiport. That would be something that would be really great, but very difficult to implement.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
So some sort of air corridor system, perhaps, is that a possibility? Or because I guess they don't need much airspace, do they? Well, at least initially.
Exactly. So the good thing is basically that the eVTOL essentially flies and follows a predetermined route. At least that's the plan for the moment. And you would really have to see how you organize that, right? Because, for example, if you look at Frankfurt Airport, you have 3 parallel runways and the perpendicular one, and basically the terminal sits between 2 parallel runways. So you somehow have to manage that the eVTOL flies along the runway for long enough to not really cross the approach path and the ILS, essentially, and then crosses over to Frankfurt downtown, which is quite important. It's important that it goes fast, otherwise you don't really have a unique selling point for the eVTOL service. It's really complex.
Yes. Yeah, interesting. So you got into this. This was your first job basically at Airbus, was it?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it was an internship, right? So it was 6 months that I was part of that team. But it was a very good moment and definitely a very good learning experience. And we're still trying. I'm still trying to somehow stay in the field and keep up with the things that are happening there. And there's a lot happening. So really great to see.
Yeah, really good. So you were there for a year down at Toulouse working on that. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. I was studying there. My fiance is actually from there as well, so still going back to Toulouse very often.
Oh, nice. I've never been myself, but I imagine it to be a very pretty little city.
Oh my god, it is. Yeah, they call it the Pink City because they've been using those kind of pink bricks in the it's not very pink. They say it's pink, but it's actually kind of orange. I hope no one from Toulouse is listening because they will definitely kill me for this. But yeah, they call it La Ville Rose, so it's the pink city because it shines in a kind of pink light. Very nice city, medieval. The center at least is pretty much medieval in touch. The layout is very nice, very intricate old town. And of course you have so much happening for aviation, especially around the airport with the visits at Airbus. There's the Museum Aeroscopia, which we're actually going to see tonight in the airport add-on as well. So yeah, there's a lot to see, and really nice landscape also around. You have the mountains, you have the sea. Nothing is far from Toulouse, basically. It's a beautiful little place.
Cool. So what happened next? You finished your internship, and then moved straight to Lufthansa Consulting, or was there an interim?
Yeah, indeed. There was a straight move from Airbus to Lufthansa Consulting, where, basically I'm working in network planning at the moment. So we're basically dealing with airlines and airports from all over the world, pretty much. We've been working in Africa, in the Middle East, Europe, North America. Basically, we had a lot of projects spanning the globe and with a lot of different airlines. So we had some airlines that had fleets of up to 200 aircraft, and we were basically redesigning their network, choosing which strategy to pick, which aircraft to pick, which routes to fly. And we also had small airlines, for example. We had a project in Africa, for example, with a small carrier that had around about 10 aircraft that they are flying, basically in the African market, which is sometimes still a very, very challenging market. For various reasons. So they have very complex, intricate networks where they're flying triangular routes, or sometimes even multi-stop routes. You have the Alaska Milk Run, for example, the Alaska Airlines Milk Run, which is very much also cargo-driven, right, and access to remote communities. So there's a lot of different networks out there. It's a very fantastic field.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. And so did you get this job having some knowledge of network planning from before, or was it sort of learn on the job type thing?
It was very much learn on the job type thing. I need to, of course, bring a very big passion for aviation. You really need to know the ins and outs of the market. We're a very nerdy lot. We have an office that's actually overseeing the airport of Frankfurt, which is a great place to work. Very distracting. So we actually see the apron, we see the runways, and we would literally get up from our desk if there's a special livery coming in, for example. That's the kind of nerd level that you need for working there. I mean, it's fantastic.
Sounds idyllic. It sounds really idyllic.
For an aviation lover, that is definitely the place to be.
Yeah. I'm just going to answer Jared quickly in the chat. Loop the loop. I'm afraid I don't do that. It's not that kind of channel. I'm sorry. And I'm just going to have a quick check if I've missed anything. Some kind of chat about a game. Hello, Aussie. Welcome. Laser Shark Gaming. Is it just me, or does Boeing make more sense than Airbus? I think it's whatever you're used to be honest, that makes the most sense. For me, Airbus makes a lot more sense than Boeing. It's a lot simpler. So, I mean, if anyone has any questions in the chat for Johan, do let us know. Anything about eVTOLs or network planning or anything like that, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer.
Yeah, there are also always those recurring big questions, right? What's going to happen to the A380? What's going to happen to ultra long haul? All those are very interesting subjects. If you're interested, happy to touch on it.
Well, yeah. Tell me, what is going to happen to the A380? That is a good question.
Of course, I don't have the definite answer, but we can basically talk about who's bringing them back and who isn't, and why that might be the case. So we see the A380 actually coming back in a lot of markets. You might have noticed, for example, Qantas is bringing them back, Qatar Airways. Emirates doesn't really have a choice because that's pretty much half their fleet.
Yes,
I actually also read that Etihad is considering to bring back the A380 quite soon, actually. I think in summer next year. British Airways is bringing them back. They've actually been flying to Frankfurt with them. So we see a lot of we see a lot of airlines bringing back the A380, although it actually was said to be a dead program and they were going to stay in the desert for ages. So the big question really is, why are some airlines bringing it back and some are not? Or if you look, for example, at Lufthansa, there is a very wide range of aircraft available in the fleet. So you have, for example, the 747-8, which is actually quite similar in terms of capacity. It's a bit smaller. So the jump for Lufthansa to go from the A380 to the 747-8 is actually not that big. Whereas for another air, for example, British Airways, the next biggest aircraft that they have is pretty much the A350-1000 and the 777. And basically there's a relatively big gap to the A380. So there are some routes where they just need the capacity to serve the market demand. And that basically then brings back the A380 for those airlines. Whether that is a operationally efficient choice, that is something that each airline has to decide for themselves. It depends on a lot of factors. We all know that quad engines, so basically having 4 engines under your wing, are a little bit more expensive, or actually a lot more expensive. But it does depend also on your fixed cost, right? So if you bought the aircraft for a cheap price, for example, then that could be more worth it for you than for a carrier that has to pay a lot of high fixed costs as well. So I do think that we will see the A380 with quite a few airlines also in the future. Definitely there's going to be Emirates operating them in the future as well, but also some legacy carriers, I'm quite sure.
Yes, yeah. Interesting. And do you think this move to smaller aircraft will continue, or do you think there is a future for the big wide bodies like the A380, like the 747-8, that sort of thing?
Yeah, so basically what we've been seeing in the market before COVID-19, but also especially actually during COVID-19, the aircraft that sold like hot buns were essentially the 787 and A350s, because of their extremely good economics, very good fuel consumption, very nice to operate, very safe aircraft. And then basically you have the A320 family, right? So the narrow bodies, they have an extremely good operational performance, especially the Neo aircraft, so A320 Neo, A321 Neo, extremely interesting aircraft. Looking at the A321 long range, for example, it allows you, I mean, as JetBlue is doing basically, to fly transatlantic. You can fly a London, New York on a narrow body jet, which is fantastic, very good performance. So we definitely will see quite a few of those small airplanes in the market, and small airplanes also entails the 787, the A350. They allow you to build really also small markets. You can fly something like a Birmingham to, I don't know, for example, somewhere in India, like that would be possible. Whereas before you had to somehow route via a hub, where you had to basically fly via Dubai or Doha. And now basically it's possible to fly that directly and to fly it also profitably. And that's great news. That's something that airlines have really been looking for. COVID kind of put a little bit of a delay on that, so we'll see when we get back to that trend. Also, especially to the trend of ultra long haul, for example, which is driven by 787s and A350s, as we see with the Qantas Sunrise project as well. But I'm pretty sure that the twin jets are taking over the market in a storm now.
Yes, yeah. So you think that the hub and spoke model is probably on its way out forever, do you, with the advent of efficient twin engine aircraft?
That is the age-old question, right? I mean, for quite a few years now, that's the big discussion, where you basically have the two models, the point-to-point flights, as Ryanair is doing, EasyJet as well, or you have the hub and spoke model, as you mentioned, which is something like Lufthansa, Air France, British Airways, what they're doing, basically channeling your flights through a hub, channeling all your passengers to the hub, therefore being able to connect more markets. So it's difficult because both of those models have their merits and their disadvantages. So for the hub and spoke model allows you to fly to small markets, for example, which you could never serve point to point because the market size is just way too small. So for the hub, basically it allows you to pull multiple markets onto one aircraft. So for example, if we consider something like an Edinburgh to I don't know, what's a small market from Edinburgh? Somewhere in Sweden, maybe? Stockholm?
Maybe. Gothenburg or somewhere with small,
Gothenburg's good, yeah. So something like an Edinburgh-Gothenburg probably wouldn't work in it as a direct flight. I never checked the market size, so I do not know exactly. But basically, you would schedule via the hub, so you could have on your Edinburgh to London your Gothenburg passengers, but you also have Frankfurt passengers, Munich, Paris, you name it. And that basically allows you to fill the aircraft and operate it profitably. That's something that you can't do in a point-to-point. Like in a point-to-point market, you always need to have very strong market size, a very big market, a lot of passengers that want to fly. So you need to be able to operate your aircraft profitably. I think that's the essential point about the between hub and spoke and point-to-point. In point-to-point, of course, you're then fully reliable. You're fully reliant on that market. So if that market is not performing well, your whole flight is not performing well. Whereas with the hub and spoke, if one market is not doing that well, your flight might still be doing good because there are other markets on there.
Yeah, so there's probably room for both there will be both for the foreseeable future. It's just a question of the balance between them, right?
Oh, for sure, yes. And it depends on your operating model, right? A low-cost carrier is never going to operate a hub, or never say never, but it's more unlikely because it brings a lot of operational complexity, a lot of cost with it. But yeah, a legacy carrier changing into point-to-point, more likely. But still, I think the very big ones, like Air France and so on, I don't really see them going to pure point-to-point anytime soon.
No. I'm just gonna catch up with a little bit of this chat because I've missed a little bit here. Yangton, welcome, nice to see you, and thank you, Mark, for providing the advice on the NVIDIA drivers. They have been causing issues. It might be worth rolling back. And Raykit, welcome, nice to see you. Can you get the flight pad to work with SimBrief? Yes, it does. It takes you. It's your. I don't know if it's your pilot number or your username that you put in. I can't remember. I did just do this earlier. Let me see what I've used. Could be either actually. Oh yes, it is pilot ID that it wants. So I don't know why yours isn't working. But yeah, I'm on the dev build. The dev build tends to be the best one. A350's got paint issues. You've seen A380 are coming out of retirement due to the paint issues. Is that why? Is that why Etihad are getting theirs out of retirement? You know?
It could be a factor, but Etihad also had issues with the A350 already before. Like I don't remember the exact story, but I remember that basically they were parked in Bordeaux because I think they had issues to pay for them. I don't want to say anything wrong here, but basically I know that there were some issues with the Etihad A350 already pre-COVID. So I think they're just getting them back because they're standing in the desert, not making any money, and just basically costing storage.
Right. Okay. And Simon asks, is it bearable to not have cabin crew rest space in the A321LR and XLR like JetBlue is doing it currently, or will there be opportunities for crew to rest on these very long flights in narrow bodies? Any ideas on that?
Yeah, so it really depends on how long the flight is, and you really need to stick to your to the operating hours of your shift. So there are of course limits that you can't really surpass. So basically the big question is, are you able to fly your crew back on the same rotation, or do they have to overnight? Because overnighting a crew basically always drives your cost as well. You need the hotels, you need the transportation, and so on. So you will always consider whether you need to overnight a crew or not, and whether it's worth to put in a crew rest. In the A321, you're already limited in space. So the cabin basically is already limited in space. You don't really have a lot of space in the lower hold as well, because you have the additional fuel tanks and everything. So I think it would be very difficult to put a crew rest in there, and it would come at a relatively high opportunity cost because you're basically giving up quite a bit of cabin space for the crew rest.
Yes. Yeah. It must be awful to work one of those flights though, with only a seat to sit in for a break, especially as they get longer and longer. But yeah, that's interesting. Tristan would be curious what kind of background the people in your team at Lufthansa Consulting have.
Yes, a very good question. So we have a very varied team. We have some people who are consultants by trade, so they basically started off their career as consultants. We also have a few former network planners that have been with other airlines before. So we have people who were at Qatar Airways, for example. We have people from Air Berlin as well, former German airline. Quite a few of you probably still know it. So it's a very big, very colorful mix.
Interesting. Finnair started direct flight between Stockholm to Bangkok. What's STHLM? Is that Stockholm? I assume so. They usually had you transfer in Helsinki. That's interesting. Are there any new... Treetu wanted to know about the Airbus A220, what your opinion of it is as well.
The A220? That's a really nice aircraft. Actually, also for flying it, it has an excellent performance. If you are in Florence, I can definitely recommend to take the Swiss A220. They have an excellent performance out of out of Florence Airport. I think the A220 is actually one of the few aircraft that manages to get out of Florence without doing that right-hand turn after the runway, because after taking off, because they are able to actually that fast that they don't really need to do it. Very interesting performance, and also, I mean, in terms of economics, it's a fantastic aircraft. Of course, I have a bit of a bias for Airbus because of my background there, or because of the internship I did there. But yeah, it is a very sleek looking and very nice performing aircraft. Nice.
Well, I think because I can't even listen to music on a descent and approach, let alone talk to someone, I think we'll leave it there for now and meet up again when we're on the ground, if that's all right. So any more questions, save them till the end of the flight. We'll have a bit more of a chat as we look around the airport.
That sounds good to me. Then I'll talk to you later.
Great. All right. Thanks, Johan. Speak to you soon.
Safe landing. Talk soon.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Jared, do you want to fly Lufthansa because they still got the 747 flying? Yes, I would love to go on a 747-8. I really would. One of these days. Yeah, yes, Air Baltic are a big A220 customer, aren't they? Huge. So I have managed to set up for the approach. You probably will have noticed that. We are expecting 14 right, that's what the ATIS says. And as Triduan pointed out earlier, we do have Toulouse approach online, which is very nice. So we're going to tune 129.3 standby, ready for their contact me. And I've slowed down a little bit because I'm very, very close to Triduan all of a sudden, because he slowed down, or I can't remember who. But he slowed down. Yeah, no worries. More to come. More to come once we're on the ground. So yes, and I also went over to the fly pad to calculate my top of descent, and I've based that around the constraint on the star, which says that we need to be, well, let me just save that chart before I lose it, that we need to be between flight level 150 and flight level 190 by the SESH waypoint, which isn't actually showing up here, but it's the initial waypoint of the star. So, assuming we are going by the SESH, yes, we must be coming. Let's just find it in here. No, we're not. I told you I couldn't multitask. I thought I'd give it a go. Am I looking at the wrong chart? See, this is why I needed to hang up the call, so I had time to work out what the hell I'm doing. AGN 6 Sierra. Okay, so that is presumably the SESH 6 Sierra. Where is AGN? I can't see it. Ah, it's the following waypoint. So we want to be at or below flight level 110. And we'll be expecting round about flight level 80 by Suras. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll put in flight level 110 calculator. Jared, no worries. I forgot that you're a regular here temporarily because I was concentrating on the conversation. I would not have taken it seriously. So we want to now start our descent no later than 75 nautical miles before AGN, which is coming up. So yeah, we'll give it another few miles, and then we'll descend down. 748 is a fantastic plane to fly. Yeah, part of the reason I want to fly on it so much is not only that it's a 747, but because you've sold it to me, Simon. Oh, your friend's flying on it to JFK. Oh, lucky. Is this one of your AvGeek friends, Ben? Is it someone who's actually going to appreciate the experience, or some random? Even in premium economy, it felt extremely luxurious with Lufthansa. One day I'll do it, hopefully hopefully I'll get the opportunity before they retire them. Right, let's start down now to flight level 110. Jonathan, to answer your question, I was not, but I am now. And I'll get my parking charts up as well ready. And my taxi chart. And as I promised, certainly in Discord, it is... Ooh, there's a plane there. It's going to be quite a nice, dusky, sunsetty arrival. Triduan, is that you ahead of me? I think it might be, or it might be Marcus actually. Marcus and I are now basically on top of each other according to Volanta. Okay, I'm going to slow down even more. I think that's the only sensible thing to do. And then we'll leave it to the approach controller to sort us out. You flew... He won't, that's the worst part, that sucks. Always the way, and the people who go on the good planes just don't appreciate that they're on the good planes. Probably couldn't tell an A380 from a 737, I shouldn't wonder. Yeah, it will be around for a while, yeah, that's true. I just knocked on thrust levers. Let's use a little bit of speed brake now to slow us down so that we can descend and slow down at the same time. The fruit bowl breakfast was a bit of a joke. Really? Is that all you got? That is a bit of a joke. You flew on the 747 years ago, it was nice, you guess. I've been on the 400 a few times with BA, and I never found it particularly comfortable. Obviously it's cool because it's a 747, but it wasn't the most comfortable flight. But yeah, the 748 I imagine is a whole different beast. Yeah, I flew on the Air France A380 once and I loved it. But my best flight was probably on the BA 787. That's only because I splurged a load of Avios on a business class seat, and it made all the difference. And I slept through almost the whole flight, which felt like a bit of a waste when I woke up. But yeah, so 787 because of the cabin. But in terms of the best economy flight I've been on, that was by far the A380. Yeah, they are very smooth and quiet. Right, how far out are we from this guy's airspace? Can't be that far. According to Volanta, there is a bit more space between me and Triduen than there was before. Ooh, that's weird. My account's no longer linked with VATSIM, so I'm appearing twice. Must be since the update, I guess. Just sort that out quickly. And Volanta's frozen again. Is Navigraph worth it? Yes, I think it is. Favourite general aviation aircraft? Probably the Cirrus SR22. Do you think with a 1500 budget you can get everything you need and MSFS? Including a PC to run it on? I think you can. I think you might have to turn the settings down a little bit with that kind of a budget if you're buying all the hardware. Possibly. But yeah, I think you should be able to get yourself a decent rig that you can have lots of fun with. Does the dev build perform holds now? I'm not sure actually, Martin. No, I don't think it does. I think that's one of their coming soon features. I've actually never been required to do a hold in MSFS ever, which is probably fortunate. On VATSIM PC, I wouldn't get a laptop to run a sim on. Right, how are we doing? So yes, we wanted to be at 11,000 or below by AGN, which is Argen, or Argen, don't really know how you pronounce it. And 36 miles will get us there. Fine, so we can lose the speed brake. And there is the contact me from Bordeaux approach, 129.3, when you're ready. That's nice, very friendly. I like this guy already.
Descend flight level 100 to be leveled by Agen, Alpha Golf November.
There we are, Agen.
Descend to flight level 100 to be at Alpha Golf November, EZY6141 November, Bravo.
Toulouse approach, bonsoir, EZY36 Romeo November, with information Juliet, descending through flight level 210 for flight level 110.
EZY36 Romeo November, Toulouse approach, good evening, so identify, you are clear for the Agen 6 Sierra, which is Alpha Golf November, 6 Sierra arrival, expect ILS approach runway 14 right.
Cleared for the Agen 6 Sierra, expect ILS approach runway 14 right, EZY36 Romeo November.
EZY36 Romeo November, that's correct. Descend flight level 110 to be leveled by Agen.
Descend flight level 110 to be leveled by Agen, EZY36 Romeo November.
EZY4161, send to altitude 3000 feet, the QNH is 10.
No worries about that. I can do that.
Blocked.
I am very much looking forward to the new A320, yes, very much.
QNH 1028.
3000 feet, QNH 1028, EZ4161.
Satira, no worries, thank you for coming by, sleep well, and see you on the next one.
Descending flight level 100.
Air France 1712, Toulouse approach, good evening, to identify, you are clear for the Narak 6 Alpha arrival, expect ILS runway 14 right.
Here Narak 6 Alpha arrival, runway 14 right, Air France 1712.
And Air France 1712, descend flight level 100. Air France 1712, descend flight level 100.
There's another A320 development. Is there? I'm only aware of the Phoenix one.
Golf 104 Delta, turn right, link 140, clear, ILS 14 right approach.
Turn right to 140, cleared, ILS 14 right approach, Golf 104 Delta.
Good luck, Pete. Safe landing. If you haven't got me muted, which I certainly would in your shoes.
Air France 53, Juliette, information. Juliette, correct, la mise en route pour Nantes approuvée. Départ piste 14 gauche. Par la coup 5 Alpha, montée initiale niveau 70, transpondeur 5662. Départ pour Nantes approuvé, piste 14 gauche, un départ LACU 5 Alpha, niveau initial 70, transpondeur 5662, Air France 53 Juliette. 53 Juliette, c'est correct, prévoyez mise en route et repoussage face nord-ouest, rappelez prêt pour la mise en route et repoussage.
So I think we're alright. Simon and Treat, we went very close. I'm going to keep my speed low.
Speed triple established 14 right.
Cesar 888 to speed 160 knot till
right,
4, number 1,
continue sign on.
runway 14 right.
160 until 4, speed triple 8.
EZ4 161 turn right, heading 090.
The new Apple
right,
laptop with the M1 Linux playing like smooth.
4161.
Ah, good. Yeah, I used to sit
1712,
in
radar vectoring, let's approach
on an
runway
Apple
14
laptop.
right, turn right, heading 240.
Turn right, heading 240, Air France 172.
Golf 104 Delta, once established on
I'd love to know
the
what happened to the
local runway
MD-11 that was being
14 right,
developed.
the speed
I didn't even know there was one being
or less
developed.
until 4.
Established speed 160 till 4 DME, Golf 104 Delta.
EZ34 November Bravo, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, EZ34 November Bravo.
Yeah, there's no one behind me, so I'm just going to keep my speed
EZ4
low.
161 turn right, heading 170. You are clear for the ILS approach runway 14 right, report established.
170 right, and clear for the ILS 14 right, report established, EZ4161.
Cesar 888, runway 14 right, clear to land, the wind is 130 degrees at 11 knots.
Clear to land, runway 14 right, speed 888.
EZ34 November Bravo, leave Agen to the left, heading 090, radar vectoring ILS 14 right approach.
After Agen, left heading 090, EZ34 November.
Air Force 1712, descend flight level 80.
No, I haven't, Jonathan. No. Does it look promising?
Golf 14, correction, Golf 104 Delta, you are number 2, 3 nautical miles behind Airbus A320, reduce minimum approach speed and expect late landing clearance.
1,000 to go.
Reducing to minimum approach speed and we'll expect a late landing clearance, Golf 104 Delta.
Transition level here is 60. I'm just going to pop that in somewhere. Oh, it's already in. Marvellous.
EZY64 November Bravo, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, the QNH is 1028.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1028.
Anikate, hello. Please tell me, what does external master volume do in the EFB? So it makes the sounds when you're outside the aircraft louder or quieter. So in the external views, I've got mine really low because otherwise you can't hear anything over the aircraft. So it turns the whole volume down, but only when you're looking from outside. I know.
Question, EZY64 November Bravo, turn right, link 120.
It is cool that you can see
it,
but he's not scary close anymore, right?
EZY36 Romeo November, maintain present heading, radar vectoring ILS 14 right approach.
Maintain present heading and we'll expect radar vectors for the ILS 14 right approach, EZY36 Romeo November.
EZY17, question, Air France 1712 to reduce speed 200 knots or less.
This is an interesting little loop that it wanted me to do here. Right, where that's come from. Oh, actually, no, that is the start, followed by the approach.
Reduce minimum approach speed. You are 3 nautical miles behind Cessna citation.
Reducing speed 4161.
Air France 1712, once the speed is reduced, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, the QNH is 1028.
Once at 200 knots, descend 3,000 feet, Air France 1712.
EZY34 November Bravo, turn right, link 135, clear ILS 14 right approach.
Right, link 135, clear ILS approach. EZY34 November Bravo.
EZY36 Romeo November, turn left heading 060, descend flight level 70.
Left heading 060 and descend flight level 70, EZY36 Romeo November.
Golf 104 Delta runway 14 right, clear to land, the wind 130 degrees, 12 knots.
Clear to land, Golf 104 Delta.
EZY4 161, expect
good
late
luck, everyone.
clearance.
Expecting late landing clearance, EZY4161.
Spielberg Triple L, welcome to Toulouse via Mike 4, cross runway 14 left.
No, so I'm on VATSIM, Jonathan, which is an online ATC network.
Mike 4, 14 left, crossing 14 left and
this is very
gate
exciting.
of choice.
Very exciting.
Spielberg Triple L.
Air France 1712,
lights
turn
can come
right,
on.
heading 220.
Oh. Great minds think alike, I'll do one. The first officer can do the other.
220,
And you can please give everybody behind me parking slots near to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you're making a connecting flight, please see the customer service
please go around the runways
or
not
the video monitors
vacated,
inside
so
the
maintain
terminal for
runway link,
connecting
climb
gates.
3,000 feet.
For your continued
Going around,
flight
maintain
attendants
runway
will now
heading
walk through the cabin
3,000 feet,
secured for landing.
Air Force
We'll
4161.
collect any off-service items newspapers and any other items
Ooh,
that you wish to discard.
Romeo November, descend to altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1028.
Also, in preparation for
descending
landing,
3,000
please
feet,
turn off
QNH
all
1028,
electronic
EZY6141
Stow
November.
these devices within all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening the overhead bins.
104 Delta vacated.
May have shifted during our flight.
Golf
Please
104
stow your tray tables
Delta,
and
welcome
return
to
your seats to
Toulouse.
their upright position.
Via
and
Mike
check
4,
the
cross
security
runway
of
14
the
left,
seatbelt.
on the other side
We'll be
for the
landing shortly.
Airbus
Thank you.
A320 and park near the company aircraft.
We will cross 14 left at Mike 4 and we are following the Speedbird, Golf 104 Delta.
Air France 1712, turn left heading 110, clear ILS 14 right approach.
Turn left heading 110, clear the ILS approach, runway 14.
No, it's gone, doesn't
right.
matter. QNH
10. Romeo November, turn right heading 180.
Turn right heading 180, EZY36 Romeo November.
EZY34 on November, Bravo, runway 14 right, clear to land the wind 130 degrees 12 knots.
To land runway 14 right is to follow
QNH 1028 set.
EZY4161, turn left heading 360, radar vectoring ILS 14 right approach.
6,000.
Right 360, radar vectors for 14 right approach, EZY4161.
Now.
Checked. Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
EZY4161, confirm left heading 360 left.
Barrow ref.
EZY4161, we're going right. Should we turn around left again?
Set. Minimum.
Okay, so disregard, no, turn right heading 320.
Turn right 320, EZY4161.
688 feet set.
688 set. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Right, we'll activate our approach mode now.
Unclock at Echo 50. Thank you for service and ATC. Bonsoir.
Pittsburgh 888, welcome to Toulouse. You may leave the frequency. Have a good night. France 53 Juliette, le QNH 1028, mise en route et repoussage à Pouet face nord-ouest.
Right, let's start slowing down, shall we? Below the glide.
Repoussage approuvé face au nord-ouest, QNH 1028, on rappellera pour le roulage à France 53 EZY36 Romeo November, turn left heading 165, clear ILS 14 right approach.
Left heading 165, cleared ILS 14 right approach, EZY36 Romeo November, thank you.
Air France 1712, you are number 2,
Flaps
4 nautical miles
speed
behind Airbus A320. The speed 160 knots till 4, continue approach runway 14 right, expect leg landing clearance.
Number 2 for landing, maintain 160 knots until 4, and expect leg clearance. Air France 141.
That's correct.
Increase our speed.
4161, turn left heading 310.
It's okay, it's caught it now.
Left, confirm left 360.
Affirm, sir, just for spacing.
Turning left to 360, EZY4161.
Hello, baby,
4161, negative, left heading 310, 310.
310, that makes more sense.
Yes,
Thank you, 4161, apologies.
From Captain Sim. Flaps 2.
EZY36 Romeo November, the speed 160 knots or less until 4. You are number 3. 4.5 nautical miles behind CRGX. Continue approach runway 14 right.
160 knots or less until 4 DME, and copy the traffic EZY36 Romeo November.
$2,500.
Radar altimeter alive.
I'll do my best, Jonathan. I'll do my best. Always do. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it isn't. As we are on final approach though, if anyone's new here, welcome. Do please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell because there's plenty more streams between now and Christmas and it would be awful if you miss them. Right. Flaps 3.
Speed checked.
Oh, why are we on QFE?
Flaps 3.
EZY6141, runway 14 right, clear to land, the wind 130 degrees 12.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Just got to get our speed down. Really got to get our speed down.
Flaps
Air
full.
France 1712, clear to land, runway 14 right.
Cabin crew, be seated for landing.
Good, Jonathan, thank you.
EZY34 November, Bravo, welcome to Toulouse via Mike 4, cross runway 14 left. On the other side, first left onto Papa. I'll call you back for the next.
Landing checklist.
Cross 14 left on Mike 4 and then right on Papa.
Doesn't want to give me a landing checklist, no?
That's correct.
Landing checklist.
France 53 Juliette, on est prêt pour le roulage.
France 53 Juliette, roulez pour attendre novembre 8, piste 14.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
55.
Speed.
Et Papa.
Auto brake.
On roule point d'attente novembre 8 de la 14 gauche via Tango 55 et Papa
ECAM memo.
Landing nobly.
Landing checklist complete.
090.
Right 090, EZY4161.
Is it sometimes use AP dual? Sometimes, if you're doing an auto land, you always have to have AP1 and AP2 on. Some airlines require both to be on for any approach, but it depends on the airline SOPs.
EZY34 November Bravo, so first left onto Papa, then right, Tango 50, and you can park near the other aircraft of the group flight.
Right on Papa and then correction left on Papa and then on Tango 50 and then we will next to aircraft EZY34 November.
Thank you, Darvax. Nice to see you. Just finished studying more and you had your first exams today. Did they go okay?
Air France 1712, vacated runway.
Air France 1712, thank you, sir, via Mike 4, cross runway 14 left. On the other side, first left onto Papa. I'll call you back for the next.
Sure. Cross runway 14 left and Papa. Left on Papa and wait. Air France 1712.
EZY4161, turn right heading 110, clear ILS 14 right approach.
110, clear ILS for 14 right, EZY4161.
EZY36 Romeo November, runway 14 right, clear to land, the wind 130 degrees 12 knots.
Clear to land, runway 14 right, EZY36 Romeo November. Whew, I was getting Tenerife South flashbacks there.
500. $400. $300. 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
Checked.
100.
Air France 1712, once on Papa, first right Tango 50, and any gate near 40. The group flight, about to leave the frequency.
20.
Oh, my mistake, Air France 1712, you're not part of 10. The group flight, so disregard.
5.
First right on Tango 50, and the gate will be Echo
Spoilers.
40.
Reverse green. Decel.
Right on Tango 50, gate Echo 40.
70 knots.
712. I'm part of the flight group, but I chose another route.
Oh, they could really do with some more taxiways to the left here, couldn't they? Ah, it wasn't bad, was it? I'll catch up with the chat once we're parked up.
On s'aligne, piste 14 gauche, on attend Air France 53 Juliette.
hell of a long runway, probably for all the belugas, I guess. Thank you, Jonathan.
153 Juliette, vous êtes prêt pour un départ immédiat?
Affirmatif.
EZY6141 fully established.
EZY6141, the speed is yours, number 1. Continue approach runway 14 right. The wind unchanged, 130 degrees, 12 knots.
Speed is fine. Continue approach 14 right, EZY4161.
E36 Romeo November via Mike 4, cross runway 14 left. On the other side, first left on to Papa. Keep rolling.
Cross runway 14 left on Mike 4 and then left onto Papa, EZY36 Romeo November, and keep rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely. This will be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin, gather your belongings and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate your business and we hope to see you once again on a future flight. Thank you.
Autorisé décollage, piste 14 gauche, Air France 53 Juliette.
This is Papa, right? Yeah, I think it is. Yes. And there's Wojtek on short final. After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
E36 Romeo November. Next taxiway on the right. Tango 50. And the gate will be Echo 42.
Right on Tango 50 to gate Echo 42. EZY6141 Romeo November, thank you. You've got landing clearance at 200 feet.
EZY4161 runway 14 right, clear to land. The wind 130 degrees.
As you could, didn't want to go around someone else was
coming. Clear to land, EZY4161.
153 Juliette, identifié 1200 pieds via la CID.
Right, let me just have a quick look at the chart because I don't know if I'm going left or right here.
Via la CID, on monte au 140 Air France 53 Juliette.
Okay. Echo 42. Oh, it's basically that one straight ahead. Just to the right there, I think. Let's not spoil a good flight. No, yeah, it is that one, just straight ahead to there. Disarmed. Finish the old checklist.
APU.
Start.
Flaps.
Eh? Retracted. Why have you gone back to the beginning? Retracted. Retracted. Now he's gone wrong again. He's broken. Taxi light off. Okay, there we go. He's done that. Oh dear. Thank you, Tullius. Now you'll go to sleep because you're studying all day tomorrow. Oh, I feel for you, Darvex. Hope your study goes alright. Nice to see you again. Scenery does look good so far, doesn't it? Yeah. MSFS and Xbox Series S for Christmas. Nice land to do. Thank you, Bailey. Oh, that's nice. That's something to look forward to. Awesome. I'm parking next to you. What? I saw you're in this little BizJet thing. You're not really, are you? What? Which part of my model matching is broken? What are you really flying, True to Event? Be nice to see some new fences. Right, APU bleed's coming on, so the engines can come off.
EZY4161 vacated left onto Mike 4.
EZY4161, welcome to Toulouse via Mike 4, cross runway 14 left. On the other side, first taxiway on the left. Papa, keep rolling.
Cross runway 14 left and onto Papa, keep left onto Papa and keep rolling. EZY4161.
Awesome. So here we are. You're the EasyJet to my left. So who's the BizJet then? I saw them at Bristol. I can have a look on Volanta and answer this question myself. But I'm pretty sure I saw it wasn't really a BizJet. It's Piotr, is Air France 1712 in a CRJ 1000. Ah, okay, so it's not showing up because Air France don't operate CRJ 1000s, I guess. That would make sense. Anyway, good turnout. We can see Wojtek coming in. Yeah, your longitude's always an A330 for me. Is that you parked at this gate here? Hey. Yeah, we got quite a lot of Franken planes about at the moment, haven't we? Ah, here he comes. Same exit as me, I think. You have that business jet model matching.
EZY6141 second taxiway on the right.
Ding Frank, thank you very, very much for the sub. Nice to have you
the
here.
The gate will be Echo 62.
It is. He told me to follow
second on the right, Tango 55 and gate Echo
Marcus told
62.
Him to make sure he directs everyone else to park next to him.
Ooh, c'est a beluga. Vous êtes sur le point de sortir de ma zone de contrôle. Malheureusement, Bordeaux est hors ligne. Fin de service radar, poursuivez la montée et la navigation sur Unicom 122 décimales 800. Merci, bon vol vers Nantes. On poursuit sur Unicom 122.8. Merci beaucoup pour le service et bonne soirée.
First flight will probably be Bristol to Alicante. Nice, that's a lovely route that is. You didn't want to get us in. Right, what else have I missed in the chat? Probably quite a lot. Nice landing, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Your landing clearance at 50
feet. 41613 for the going around. Feel free to send me the bill for the extra fuel. You may leave the vacancy. Have a good night in Toulouse. Catch you soon.
No, there's no bill. We had a lot of fun doing the go-around, so thank you for that one. And new experiences. And have a good evening. Merry Christmas, EZY6141.
Thank you, you too. Have a good night.
Right, I think what we'll do is we'll get a screenshot.
Toulouse approach, this is Golf 104 Delta. We are also signing off. Thank you very much for the ATC, sir. We'll see you.
Golf 104 Delta, same for you. Thank you for playing to Toulouse. I can change the pool. Have a good night and catch you.
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll say thank you to him, we will disconnect, and then we will get Johan back on for a look around the airport. And Toulouse approach, same from EZY36 Romeo November. You're probably getting bored of hearing it, but thank you very much for the excellent ATC, and have a great evening, and happy Christmas. Bye-bye.
EZY36 Romeo November, thank you, sir. You may leave the vacancy. External temperature, 9 degrees Celsius. Thank you for playing to Toulouse. Have a good night.
Cool. Right, well that was a lot of fun. We had an awful lot of people flying along in the end, which was cool. Really, really good ATC. He did a fantastic job of separating us and managing the go around, all the vectors and everything else. It was really good. I'm just going to catch up on the chat a little bit. I think I've caught up with most of it now, I think. Got clearance at 200 feet on Unicom. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, I read that. Yeah, and you've gone. Good. Business jet model matching. You have that CRJ model matching. Oh really? And there is an Air France CRJ 1000, is it? I stand corrected. Adri, thank you very much for the sub. Much appreciated. You've done Bristol to Alicante twice in real life. Ah, nice. Yes, Johan is coming back in a mo. Will you be able to join me in flights like these if you're on Xbox? I don't think so. No, you can't, Bailey, because there's no VATSIM client for Xbox. Unfortunately. Yeah, no, sadly not. Right, Johan, I'm going to give you a bell. I can find the right window. My age-old problem. Here we are, start voice call.
Hey there, welcome back, welcome to Toulouse.
Ah, thank you. Nice to hear you again. So, yeah, exciting approach.
Definitely, yeah, good job on the land. That was a nice one.
Thank you, thanks. Treat you win, yes, I'd love you to send me a CRJ model matching, please. Yeah, that'd be good. Group screenshots online, awesome. Yeah, so what I would normally do at this stage is have a look around and give my opinion on various bits for what it's worth. But yeah, as you know the airport, what do you think so far? You've got it, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, of course. That was an instant purchase. The moment they released it, 5 minutes later, I was a proud owner of one copy. Yes. I think they did a very good job. Very good job. It's very detailed. A lot of things, especially around the commercial airport, are there, but also the Airbus side of things. So basically, the airport in Toulouse is divided into two parts. So you have the commercial side, which is where you are right now, and then you have the Airbus production facility, which is on the other side.
Right.
Well, I would suggest we start with the commercial part.
Yeah, let's. I've just popped into the terminal for a quick look around. I'm conscious that the stream is delayed by about 10 seconds, which could make this a bit tricky, but we'll muddle on through. Lots of passengers inside, which is nice. A few windows which don't retain their tint, which is a shame. Gibi, it's exclamation mark specs. I'll do that now. Sorry you're late. Just showing support for the channel. Oh, thank you, Arco. Is Toulouse worth the buy? Greetings from St. Louis. Well, so far, yes, but this is sort of the point of this. We're going to have a good look around and see what we think. Flight was good, Ian. Yeah, got very tense on approach because there were loads of us. Jonathan asks, will there be any new aircraft coming soon? I don't know if you'd know the answer to that because you don't work for Airbus anymore, but do you, Johan?
Sorry, what was that? I was looking at the stream. Can you repeat that?
Are there any new aircraft coming soon?
Oh, well, not to my knowledge, and even if I would work for them, that is something that I would definitely not be at liberty to disclose.
No, exactly.
I mean, there's speculations, right? But yeah, no, nothing concrete.
No, okay. Yes, so the commercial side is what we're looking at now. What can you tell us about it? Anything?
Yeah, of course. So actually what is quite a nice marketing action by Six is found on all the jetways pretty much, where they have their, they put a very nice play on words with Toulouse, where they basically say in Toulouse it's pronounced to win, something like that. So it's a play on words. Yeah, it's quite sympathetic.
Yeah, that's clever. That's very clever.
Yeah. That's the one here, yeah. With Six, Toulouse is pronounced to win, exactly. Yeah, that's their marketing gag there. Yeah. So it's very nice to see that reflected here. Really nice level of detail, very great.
Yeah.
We're right now, basically where you dock, that's the area where Air France would usually be located, mostly for their domestic flights. Right. So actually an EasyJet flight from Bristol would be further to the left. There is a kind of like a round construction, which has a bit of like wood on the side. So that's the international part. That's more on the left-hand side over there. So I can see it in the stream now. You're basically heading over there. Exactly. Yes. That's where you would have your KLM, your Lufthansa, British Airways, and so on. They'd be going there. That's all the international departures, basically.
Yes. And I believe the flight, I did have a stand planned, which was this one here. Marcus got in there first and instructed the controller to send everyone to him. So that's how that happened. But yes, it's quite an interesting exterior, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's a very nice airport. When you're inside, that's actually a wooden construction that we can see here. It's like a little wooden pattern. When you're inside, that kind of obstructs your view on the commercial, on the production facility of Airbus, which is a bit of a shame for someone who would like to watch the aircraft there. You can still see enough. But yeah, it's a very nice, intricate little detail, and it's very great to see that reflected in the add-on here.
Yeah, it is. It is. Right. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look at the ground markings while we're here. In fact, I might turn the sun up a little bit so that we can have a proper look around and see how they're doing. There we are. It's better.
Yeah, that's actually great that you also see the staircases here and so on. That's a very nice level of detail. When you fly on EasyJet, for example, you would not necessarily connect to the jetway. So you would take the staircase down there and then walk to the aircraft. Also on the Ryanair flights, that would be exactly the same. So right around where you are now, that's quite a typical Ryanair gate. And that's basically where you would see a lot of pedestrians making their way to the aircraft.
Yes, which would be nice to see in the scenery. A few developers are doing that now. I'd quite like to see more. But mind you, there are no static aircraft, so I suppose it would look a bit weird to have passengers outside. And I know static aircraft are a contentious issue. I like the ground textures a lot. JetStream Designs always do a good job of them. A lot of dirt and muck around. and it's all slightly different. It's not just copy and pasted, which is good. Yeah. So what else have we got to look at? We've got the other side, but while we're here, I suppose we should check out the other end of the terminal. So these are all domestic gates.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. So, I mean, you might have the occasional international flight from there as well, but it's mostly the domestic flights, so all the flights to Paris and so on. Like, they would be leaving from here, and you also have Iberia, like the CRJs and so on. They would be standing here on the outside parking positions that you were just flying over, basically. Yeah, that's basically that side of the airport. And if you want, we can also have a look at the landside area. And there's also one part of the Airbus facility already over there on this side. But that's mostly the strategy department, the corporate functions and so on. We can talk about that when we're going there.
Yeah, okay. Let me just answer a couple of things in the chat. Does MSFS run smoothly on a Series S? I've got no idea, I'm afraid, Bailey. No idea at all. Never owned a console, so I can't help that. I take it you've seen the Easter egg by fly-by-wire involving the secret airport and A380. I have. I haven't looked at it myself, but I am aware of it. I'll have a look at some point. So yeah, pretty good opaque windows, pretty good building textures as always with JetStream Designs. Ooh, and the landside modelling's very impressive. Very impressive indeed.
Yeah, they did a really good job, actually. You're flying towards the main terminal entrance there right now, so you have the tram stop as well modeled. What I thought was a bit of a pity is that there seems to be no tram that's actually running there. And we saw that in the Florence add-on. Like, there are quite a few sceneries where you have moving tramways and so on. I have not seen any yet in this scenery. I don't know whether they run on a schedule maybe, but that's a bit of a shame.
Where? Oh, is this the tram stop here? No, that's a bus stop. Ah, here we are. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the common bus stop. Yeah, and there's no tram there. They don't run like that often, and it's like every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. So
okay.
I never really stuck around for 15 minutes waiting for a tram there.
No overhead wires either for the trams, I noticed. But small point. That's probably quite making. Scott, good evening, and Ian, hello, welcome back. So for those of you who have just joined, this is Johan, who did an internship with Airbus down at Toulouse. So he came on to the stream earlier on and talked a little bit about his career, a little bit about what he's doing now, which is airline network planning. And now he's helping me to have a look around and do a little mini review of the airport. Now we're here because he knows it quite well. Anything else we should look at on this side? We should have a look at the tower, shouldn't we? See how they've done there.
Yeah, let's have a look at the control tower. That's quite a well-modeled piece of equipment there. From my opinion, I mean, you have the more professional eye here for the MSFS sceneries, but I thought they did a pretty good job there.
Yeah, looks nice, nicely weathered. Not the crispest when you get very, very close, but from even a little bit of a distance away, it looks good. We don't have any transparent. No interior. No. But
yeah, that's good.
Car parks. Is this some kind of, don't know, administrative building, presumably? Yeah, lots of cars. A little bit of carnage in this car park, unfortunately. But never mind. Yeah, I think I'd definitely feel more comfortable leaving my car in this one.
Sure, depends on your car.
Yeah, it's true. If you want to claim on the insurance, go for the other one.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're actually headed in a very good direction here. We're heading towards the A380 production facility, which basically right now, of course, is more of an A350, potentially by now actually A330neo. Not quite sure what they're doing with it right now. But the two blue halls that you see at the very end there, that was the main A380 production facility. You could put like 4 A380s next to each other. Work on them simultaneously. So that's basically where they put together all the pieces. Because you know Airbus is like spread all over Europe, right? So they fly in the wings from the UK and so on, and transport the fuselage parts through small villages close to Toulouse, and then they all bring it here, and that's where they put the nuts and bolts in it and make an aircraft out of it.
Yes. And before we go over there, what is this? It looks almost like a turntable.
It could be that. It could also be an engine run-up area where they're doing engine tests, potentially. I don't have say I'm not 100% sure. I know there are quite a few pads for engine run-up tests around Toulouse airport. There was actually also a famous accident with an Etihad A340-600 where they did an engine run-up test and they forgot to put the parking brake, I think. The thing they went like over a barrier and was basically completely totaled. So that was quite dramatic. It could be that one of those run-up areas, yeah.
Nice. Now, well, not nice. Disastrous, really. But interesting, anyway. Jonathan has a question. Sorry, I did miss that, Jonathan. Where do the cargo planes park? I guess we'll see that a bit later on, will we?
Yes, so why don't we look at that when we are heading back from the A380 area back towards the commercial terminal, because they're parked all the way over there.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, so we have... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say a lot of static aircraft, which is nice, particularly, over here, not taking up gates, but adding a lot of immersion to the Airbus area.
That is so true. Yeah, it's a very nice mix, and you wouldn't really get that with any of the add-on traffics, the add-on traffic or traffic add-ons. That's what I'm looking for, like AIG, for example. There is also Airbus Commercial as an airline that you can download for AIG, and that adds a few of, like an AirAsia A320, I think, like a few airlines that you would normally not see in Toulouse. So it's quite nice that they added this static aircraft to give exactly this, because you have airlines there that you would not see in Europe otherwise. So that's really great.
Yeah. Cool. Would love to see the Airbus. Oh, only green VR. Don't worry about being late. Not a problem. Nice to see you. Would love to see the Airbus facility parts at night to see what it looks like if you get a chance. I'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Absolutely. So these blue hangars, you were saying they had room for 4 A380s side by side. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So basically you have, I think it's 2 parking bays, 1 or 2 where I think it's 1, where they really put the fuselage parts together. And then there should be, I think, 3 next to it, where the aircraft is then equipped with already some parts in the interior. That's basically when it's put together, then they're adding all the other parts to it. So you see 4 taxiways. So I do think it's 4 parking bays. So
yeah, it must be.
Yeah, 3 on the left. That's where you have the assembled aircraft that are then equipped with cables and all those things. And on the right hand side, that's the one where they put together the pieces.
Yeah.
And actually, while we're here, why don't you turn around? Because behind us, there should be the aviation museum, which is Aeroscopia, which is also modeled. That's actually quite a nice feature of the add-on airport. So that's what we see here. Yeah, that's where you have like this little pond going on with the hangar next to it.
Yes.
It's an aviation museum called Aeroscopia. It's really worth a visit. They have Caravel aircraft, which we actually see parked here in an old livery. I think it's Air Inter. Not quite sure, actually.
It is, yeah.
It is? Yeah. Fantastic, cool. And the A400M, there's a Concorde, and now they also added the A380 there. They added an A340 and so on. Only the A380 is in here in the add-on, but that's completely fine. I mean, we don't need that level of detail. It's already great that the museum is here.
Yeah, that is impressive. Very impressive. Do we know where this A380 came from?
If I'm not wrong, I think it's MSN 002, or maybe even 001. I think it's a 2. So it's one of the test aircraft.
Right, okay. Will Airbus actually make A220-500s, longer version of 300s? I have no idea. Do you know?
I have seen discussions about it, where they were thinking coming up with a bigger variant. So I do think that they are developing that, because it would make sense, honestly. Although you have to pay attention basically that you don't cannibalize the A320 family. So it shouldn't be too big that you're in the same seat range as the A320, because then you can't really sell that one too well anymore. You basically have 2 products that are kind of the same.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I've heard something.
Interesting. Why are there ATR aircraft? That was in the aviation museum, wasn't it?
Yes, but actually that's a very keen observation. So ATR basically is a 50% Airbus company. So it belongs 50% to Airbus, 50% to Leonardo, which is an Italian aviation like aircraft manufacturer. And they actually have quite a big production facility in Toulouse as well. Their head office is in Toulouse, right next to the Airbus head offices, and they have some production facilities also at this airport and also at Francazal Airport, which is next to Blagnac.
Okay. I think I saw that on the approach in the distance. Actually, I saw some approach lights. I think I saw something.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a little look at night. That's a good idea.
Actually, as a little fun fact, a little context here, when the A320neos didn't get their engines because there was some supply issues, they were all without engines. They were all parked in that area over here as well, taking up basically all the taxiways they could because they were looking for parking. They couldn't deliver them without the engines, of course. So they were all here.
Interesting. Yeah, night lighting is very, very good, I would say.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really get that industrial feel with it, right? I mean, it's not the commercial part, right? So there wouldn't be too much light in the houses. It's a very authentic lighting.
Yeah, it is. Bailey, you're very welcome. Thanks for popping by. And we'll be in the next stream, which is the 21st. Yes, although I might try and squeeze one in on Sunday morning. I've got a copy of Ben Gurion Airport to preview, and I don't know when I'm going to do it, so I might, not confirmed, but if it is, it'll probably be pretty early on Sunday morning, like 9 o'clock, something like that. It's likely to be the next stream, but yes, if not, then Monday. Right, where to now?
I would basically say we turn around and head back to the commercial area, and then we'll just leave that on our left-hand side and continue further on down the runway.
Okay.
Down the tarmac, actually. The runway is slightly next to it.
Yeah. Good evening, Manacle Airways. My guest is Johan, who works for Lufthansa Consulting as in route network planning, but previously did an internship with Airbus here in Toulouse. So yes, he's joining me for a look around the airport.
And actually, while we're flying by, like potentially you already passed it because of the delay in the stream, but on the left-hand side, that's where the cargo aircraft are parked. So that's that pretty big apron area here. That's where you have cargo aircraft.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll stop the drone and wait 10 seconds so you can tell me if I'm in the right place.
Yes, so basically this is where you have the CRJs right here, the one around, I think that's Foxtrot 30, the Kilo 20, like those gates, those parking positions.
Yes.
That would be CRJ, and then the tarmac that's right behind it, slightly to the right, that's basically where the cargo aircraft are parking.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I think they have 737 flying in there, North Star, I think, with the 767. So there's quite a bit of cargo activity actually going on.
Yeah, interesting. Cool. Onwards.
Yes, so if we go straight ahead, that's the Blagnac area. Blagnac is basically the town that's around the airport. That's basically why you call this part Blagnac. Okay. And that's where you have the corporate function and development. So you have quite a few buildings that are modeled, which is very nice. So you have this curved building, for example, that you see on the right-hand side with the glass front. That's like the headquarter basically. That's where you have the corporate functions. Like there's strategy in there. I think there's also quite a bit of marketing and so on. Right. That would be in there. And there's actually a private jet parking right in front of it. So this one is the old terminal that you're showing, like the kind of yellowish building.
Yes,
that's the old airport. Exactly. And to the very right, then you have the headquarter, basically the nerve center, so to say, of Airbus. Yeah. And the buildings around, that's all like research and development. You have a few workshops there. That's basically where the engineers are doing their brilliant work.
Right. Cool. Bailey, there's at least 5 streams before Christmas. So there's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah, so there's at least 5. So these are all sort of R&D hangars, are they, round here?
Yes, exactly. So that's where they do quite a bit of testing and so on. Like basically at the airport, it's all commercial aircraft. So all the like defense activities, satellite activities, like defense in space, that's all at different sites, all spread all over Toulouse, and of course also all over Europe. So this is all somehow related to commercial aviation. And when you walk along there, you often hear engine tests, for example. You hear engine run-ups and so on. It's very nice to hear just by walking by.
Yeah, I bet. Nice. Ah, and there's a little corporate jet down here.
Yeah, look at that. That's very nice. Yeah, that's where they would be parked.
Yeah, right. Worth remembering if I bring the CJ4 down here.
Yeah, or you fly in your own private jet one day.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and a little helicopter, a grass helicopter runway as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically their runway 14 and I think 32 is the other side. That's where the helicopters are taken off. Yeah, right. Quite a bit of helicopter activity, actually. I was quite surprised.
Yeah. The Airbus helicopters?
Airbus helicopters might actually fly there sometimes, but the main production facility for that is in Marseille, at Marignan, at the airport.
Right, okay. Jonathan has a question for you. What is your favorite part of the airport, and what is your favorite Airbus plane?
Very good question. So I think my favorite Airbus plane is definitely the A350. Kind of a standard answer, I know, but I just think that's a very sexy aircraft. So the favorite spot at the airport, that's a tricky part, because much of it is actually not accessible to the general public. But I think I would have to say the final assembly lines, which is where we're heading now, actually, which is the other side of the airport. Yeah, they call that one Saint-Martin, again, because of the surrounding area. So Saint-Martin-du-Touche, that's basically the production facility. Those are all the final assembly lines. That's where they are producing the ATR, the A350, 330, and the A320 to a large extent as well. So we do have the house color A350 actually also on our left-hand side, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically where the aircraft are, sort of like undergoing flight testing. That's where they're parked. They're taken for, short flight tests, basically, where they're flying using the runways as well. So you mentioned that actually the runway is quite long. That's basically because they have to fly the A380 out of there as well. So the airport has to have some capacity there.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, there's a huge number of fully liveried, ready-to-go statics as well. Some partially liveried.
Exactly, yeah. Like basically they paint the tail fin so that in the final assembly line they find the aircraft faster. That's at least what I've been told. I'm pretty sure they also find it otherwise. But basically they when they get the aircraft, it's completely this kind of greenish. They actually hit it relatively well here, and they don't paint the entire tail fin, but they only paint the very rare part of the tail fin. So you just you barely see which airline it is, and that's what they're using to actually then identify the aircraft when they're just like walking around quickly in the final assembly line before they get the quality. Yeah.
Cool. So what goes on in all these? I don't know if you might not know this, but what goes on in all these little prefab type buildings down here?
So there are, as far as I know, there are a lot of offices in there for operations and oversight of the productions, as far as I know. So basically, Airbus has quite a lot of operations going on. Actually, it's like a mini airport because they do a lot of flight tests every day with their aircraft. So essentially, you see like A330 Neos doing touch and goes all the time because they're testing the systems and everything. So coordinating all of this actually takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, and those people are actually based here.
Right, okay. When you load into the airport on the menu map, does it let you load into any of the stands around the assembly lines? I don't know, we can have a little look though. We can have a little look afterwards.
I actually think it does. Like I just pulled up in one of those because I did the flight that you also did at the same time, like without joining the server or anything, but I was basically pulling up here, flying a house color.
Oh right, cool. So you think you can spawn into some of these parking stands?
I think you can spawn into some of them.
Oh, good. There we are. There's your answer. Gosh, it really is vast, isn't it? I mean, it's just this area is bigger than some mid-sized airports.
Certainly bigger than Bristol.
It's certainly bigger than Bristol. Yeah, I was trying to think of an example, and there it is. The one we flew from.
It's fantastic. Like also coming in there on a normal flight, it's always a pleasure to see the airlines lined up there. And when you follow aviation a little bit and you know which airline has which aircraft on order, it's always nice to then kind of see it come to fruition and see it stand there. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Actually, some of these final assembly lines are really old. They've already been used for the construction of Concorde. I don't know which exactly. Yeah, I don't know which one exactly it is right here, but one of them, like one of those that we're in the area of, that has been used for Concorde.
Right. And were all Concordes assembled here, or were some assembled in the UK?
I would have to lie. I'm not 100% sure.
I know it was sort of the start of Airbus, really, wasn't it? That cooperation between the English and the French. But yes, I don't know much about where they were actually put together. Yeah,
exactly. That was the beginning. Yeah, the start of Airbus. Yeah, and then the A300, of course, which was a great story as well. There are very nice stories around the foundation of Airbus. It's a company with a very interesting history.
Yes, I bet. I know very little about it, but.
Here we're heading to the Beluga parking. Like that's where all the Belugas are parked, and that's actually very accurate the way they put them here as well. Actually, when I was there, they launched the Beluga XL. It just had its maiden flight, which is like the Beluga basically is based on the, I think, A310, and the XL is then the A330. So it's a bit longer in fuselage and can hold quite a bit more cargo than flying to Hamburg and so on, and to the UK, getting the wings for final assembly. That's basically what they're using the Beluga for.
Right, yeah. If you would simulate a test flight on VATSIM, what call sign would you use?
Oh, that is a very good question. I do not know. I'm sorry. No, we have to pass on this one.
Not to worry.
Yeah, the Airbus Beluga is a very fascinating aircraft. Actually, in terms of performance, it's not ideal because you're basically flying with a wall against the wind, but it's a very fascinating aircraft to look at.
Yeah, I would love one in MSFS. I know there's a very good one for X-Plane, but I don't have X-Plane. But when I win it tomorrow on Ben's stream, I might just buy X-Plane.
Well, fingers crossed. Actually, what we see here, that's the A350 final assembly line. So when you swing a little bit to the right, that's the A350 assembly line. Right. And then you see this other building that has quite a few A350s and A330s parked in front of it. That's the delivery center. So that's basically when the aircraft is done, they taxi it over there. And it undergoes like a few checks. Basically, every airline has a representative at the Airbus plant in Toulouse that is overseeing the finishing of the aircraft, and they are basically checking that all the nuts and bolts are in, that the cabin has been installed with accuracy and high quality. So basically all those checks are happening. The final handover is happening here as well, and we're heading to this what looks like a bit like a terminal, this kind of oval shape. That's then the handover site. So I think you can actually spawn into there, which is really, really cool, because that is where they would park the aircraft, and then they would have like a little event space behind the windows there. I don't think it's modeled here, but there's like a little event space where they put like tables and everything. They have a stage, and they would like project stuff on the aircraft, for example. So that's basically where they have a little party when they're handing over the aircraft, and then people can board it there, like the people that are flying back with them. And off they go. So if you want to do a true delivery flight, you're starting from this parking spot here.
Right. Yeah, it's a good question. Why the spinning Volanta logo? What is that about? Is it a Volanta logo even? I don't know. It is, isn't it?
That is really a good question. It's not there in reality.
No. I thought maybe it was suspended somehow and it was an actual thing, but no, that's very odd. Very odd indeed. I shall inquire about that. Another question from Jonathan. I bet I know the answer to this, but do you prefer the Beluga or the Dreamlifter?
Yeah, so I do have a preference for the Beluga, of course, but I do think that the Dreamlifter has a very interesting shape. It's definitely also a very intriguing aircraft. Both of those are so they're so odd in their shape, but yeah, that's what makes them interesting.
Oh, it's Volanta itself that's putting it there. So if I quit Volanta, will it stop? Yes, it'll go away. Why is that there? I don't want this. Scott, how do I make this go away? It's my immersion ruined for the whole day. Yeah, it's gone now anyway.
Yeah, I think those are basically the most important parts of the airport here.
Right. Cool. Oh well, that was absolutely fascinating. That was well worth doing. Yeah, so we've basically done an entire clockwise loop, haven't we? There's a little bit more stuff down here, which we'll have a little nose at. And we'll have a bit of a closer look at the runway textures. That's something I haven't done yet. There's some new feature in the update. It's a challenge thing to find them around the world. Oh yes, I did see that. But I don't expect to have that in my sim without me asking for it, I must say. So this is nothing really, is it? This is outside the fence. Talking of which, how's the fencing? The key part of any airport review. It's very good. It's complete. It looks nice. I think it's a stock Asobo asset, but I'm fine with that as long as it looks good. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that looks safe to me.
Yeah. Yeah. This tour completed me one Volanta challenge. Yeah. Yeah, runway textures are solid, aren't they? Really, really good. Very real looking indeed. Very nice, very nice. This has got to be one of the best add-on airports. It's very good. It is very, very good. Just the volume of modelling that's gone into it is staggering. Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, everything JetStream Designs does is fantastic, isn't it? Let's be honest. I have to say, in terms of the terminal buildings and that, I think they're not quite as good as Milan and not quite as good as Orly. But they're still amazing. I mean, they are still absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I wholeheartedly recommend this as an add-on if you'd like to come to Toulouse, and why wouldn't you? There's all this amazing Airbus stuff here.
That's true, yeah. It's definitely a very unique airport, and I think they did a very great rendition of it. I hope that like a future update there's a bit more of like the interior modeling. I don't know, I just like to walk around the terminal sometimes. I know it's a very contested issue.
Yeah. It's I also quite like it. Yeah. Is there a roadway crossing the runways? I don't think so, is there?
I don't think there's one crossing the runways. There's one shortly before the threshold of 3-2 left and right. That's basically a street that is connecting the Blagnac and the Saint-Martin areas. That's where you also have a bus shuttle that is carrying the Airbus employees, for example, left to right. I think there should be a little roadway here that is modeled. Yeah, it's there.
Right, yeah. Yeah. But it's kind of satellite imagery, isn't it? I don't done much with it. If it's
I think
one I'm following.
it's the one a bit more to the left, I think.
Oh. Oh, like, outside here.
Yes, yeah, around the fence. Oh, but it's still satellite. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, still, it's there. That's something. Yeah, really good. Really good. Is there a GA area here?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think if there is a GA area, it would be around the cargo apron, basically around that area.
Ah.
There are not really many GAs.
No. So I guess they would park where the BizJet parks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Excellent. I think that's probably a good place to end it. Johan, thanks ever so much for all of your insights. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, for me too. Thank you for having me. It was nice to be on. Very good stream.
Thank you. Jonathan says you deserve a medal for all the info you share. There you are. High praise indeed.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah, so I think we'll call it a day there. As I said slightly earlier, my next stream is going to be. My next confirmed stream is the Club Filbert Silver group flight on Sunday, which is happening at 1 PM. I may also try and squeeze a stream in on Sunday morning. If I do, it'll be on Twitch. It'll be sometime between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, Zulu, to start. And so, yeah, just keep an eye on the Discord server for that. Bradley Penny Aviation, hello, welcome, nice to see you. Nice to see you. We're just coming to an end, unfortunately. But yes, welcome. Jack, with a £5 donation. Thank you, that's really very kind indeed. Much appreciated. And that reminds me, thank you very much to everyone else who has been so supportive today. Manuel with the €1.49 super chat, Ben with the 100 bits, Simon with the gifted sub to Alpha One. It's very kind of all of you. And yeah, follow my come and join my Discord server. There's your notification. And I will see you on Sunday, and then again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think Thursday as well. Yeah, there's a lot of streams coming up both here and on Twitch. If you don't follow me on Twitch, it's twitch.com/filbertflies. Go and do that now, and you need never ever miss a stream in your life, which is, you know, the most important thing really. Thank you to everyone who flew along with me. It was great to have such a good crowd. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.